What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Billionaire's Mindset. I am your host, Harry Billion. Welcome to the show, guys. I am going live because in a few moments, about 10 minutes and some seconds counting, Mr. Billy Carson is going to be going live and discussing the debate that he had with Wes Huff. Okay. His new name for me is Wesley Snipes. Okay. So Wesley Snipes had a debate, for those of you who don't know about what's really going on. Wesley Snipes, or Wesley Huff, had a debate with, well, who's a historian and somebody who studies biblical history and does a lot of videos on that subject, had a debate with Billy Carson, who's been going on different podcasts and different uh, platforms and talking about his vast knowledge and different things that he's been talking about. But he also talked about the fact that, well, he talked not the fact that, but he also included within his speeches that the resurrection of Jesus Christ did not happen. And within that concept or the idea, he quoted two sources, maybe multiple sources, but for the sake of the debate, it was two sources that were discussed: the Bible according to Barnabas, or the book of Barnabas, and also what he termed the Sinai Bible. And he kept saying the Sinai Bible, with which was then discussed as the Codex of Sinaiticus. And West put out the debate. He put out clips of the debate. You can actually see it on here. You can see parts of that debate on this here channel. But West took some of that debate and put out some clips on that debate. And Billy Carson was not pleased with that specific clip that he put out. And apparently he went to, I forgot whose house he went to, or the producer of the actual podcast that he was on concerning the debate. West actually went to that producer's home at 3 a.m. and he tried to stop the debate from coming out, or the clip that West put out from coming out. So, and he sent a cease and desist order to West, and I guess he was threatening to sue West for putting out that footage. So here we are now, about 7 minutes and 44 seconds. West is going to be having a discussion where he says that he's going to be exposing he said Billy Carson exposes fake debate video. So we obviously don't know the format that he's going to be having this thing, whether he's going to have anybody else on there, if there's going to be anybody else challenging his ideas of the debate, or he's just going to be giving a rebuttal on some of the things that were discussed, because it pretty much went viral. I mean, my little channel got hold of the footage and I spoke on it. It's on my channel. You can see parts of the debate that was re-aired on another channel. And I was able to link that channel and give it to certain people. So far, as last I checked, it was like 1,500 views on it. So it's a popular topic, and most people are waiting for this idea that Billy Carson is going to be exposing the fake debate video. It's interesting because I'm like, we got like 6 more minutes for the fake video. You can see people are on his site. You can see on the comments there, people are commenting on his site already. I wonder what was so fake about the video. I'm interested. Is it all right? I'm really interested because there was a debate. There were questions. There were questions and answers. And in the debate, he conceded. He was like, well, if you say that the resurrection was in Matthew's, was in the scroll, in the the Codex of Sinaiticus, which he was calling the Sinai Bible. If you say it was there, then it was there. So, and then you said the book of Barnabas. If you say that the the book of Barnabas was a fake, was a forgery based on X, Y, and Z information, then okay, then I concede. So now I'm wondering what exactly was so fake about the the debate, and we're all waiting now to find out exactly what was fake. Um, the only thing that I can think of, I would say maybe the way that it was presented to us, maybe it wasn't factual. I mean, maybe it wasn't fully represented, like it was cut up in a way that he didn't like, but we all know that that's how Hollywood works. When I'm not saying this was Hollywood, I'm just saying we all know that I mean, if out of a 2 or 3 hour podcast on a debate, you're not going to, if you are doing a reaction video, you're not going to react to the entire 3 hour debate. You're going to take out the important pieces and you're going to present that. So we are about 4 minutes and some seconds to go on this, whatever he's about to present. Maybe the clips that West took and posted online, maybe and everybody reacted to, maybe that wasn't presented in the way that he would have liked it. And that's what he's going to respond to. He's going to respond to. So I don't know. I don't know what was fake about it, because yeah, I know people can cut stuff up. I'm a producer myself, so I know how things work and I edit video, but the conceded to was not fake. I don't think it was fake, or you wouldn't have conceded to it. So now I'm interested. Now I want to know exactly what you thought was fake. If you watch the entire debate, yes, they went back and forth and they presented different ideas, but the idea of it being a fake debate video, that part is a little disconcerting to me. It's a little weird to me, and I'm not know what exactly was fake about it. But again, this is the pre-commentary for him going live and addressing what went on. Because if you're going to go to somebody's house at 3 a.m. in the morning to present a cease and desist document, it must have been very serious to your career. Because if you live, if you live and you make money off of information, you are like what I said, Simon the sorcerer in the Bible. If you are a person that people follow and listen to because you provide information, then I would say that you losing a debate, in the form that you lost the debate to Wes Huff, which I'm going to call him Wesley Snipes. And Wes, if you're out there, my guy, what's up with you, man? Wesley Snipes, Wes was a sniper, so I'm calling him Wesley Snipes from now on. So Wesley Snipes, man, the way that he lost the debate, the way that Wes presented the information, I felt like it was almost like he didn't read the information, because it was simple. When you're in a debate, when you go into a debate with someone, I think what I look for is for somebody to have a difference of interpretation, right? So if there's a difference of interpretation, I respect the idea that both parties would present their ideas and the differences in their interpretation of what happened. But it wasn't that. What it was Wes simply said, well, you're saying the Sinai Bible. It wasn't in the Sinai Bible. You went on Joe Rogan. You went on Nick Cannon's podcast. You went on different podcasts and different platform. And you presented information and just kept saying the Sinai Bible, the Sinai Bible. And the Sinai Bible was actually the title that was given for the Bible, or the manuscript that you had access to on Amazon. That's what the Amazon seller had it as, the Sinai thing. And you just took that and ran with it. But I don't know the information. I didn't know anything about that until Wes pointed out, do you mean the Codex of Sinaiticus, right? Even if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, it was something close to that, right? So if you present it like that, then off of that, he said, no, you can actually go to the Codex, or you can go to that information and within Matthew's, and you can see it there. And he just conceded. And I'm like, you can't just concede to that, right? Like that, it all makes sense, right? Because if you're going to live and make your living off of saying that type of information, you were on Andrew Schultz's podcast. If you're going to live and make your living off of that type of information, like Simon the sorcerer in the Bible, then your sources have to be legit. You have to have had discussed the sources, or at least did more research on how that information was presented. But when Wes challenged you and said, no, it's actually there, all he said was, yeah, all right, you got it. It was there. So that's kind of weird. So let's see if he actually presents something. At first it was at 8 o'clock, and then it was at 9. It is now 9 o'clock. So the countdown has stopped, ended. Sometimes I put my podcast on, or I put my cameras on, and then some technical difficulties, I don't start on time. So at first it was at 8:30 or 8 something. I had my notifications on, but now it was changed to 9 o'clock, and now it hasn't. You know, SpongeBob, SpongeBob. Y'all got some interesting names online. SpongeBob. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know if it's about to start, if it's on a different channel. I have no idea. I know people are in there and very interested. How many people are watching the actual thing? It's a lot of people. They're watching, and I just want to let you know, guys, you can come on here and we can talk. You can all you got to do is just email me. I got it in. I put it on the chat. Just email me at that email, and you can come on here. We can commentate. I would love to just hear other people's opinions about what he's talking about, because I'm not an apologist. I'm not an astute scientist or a mind that has vast information that people would pay to hear. I'm an influencer with a YouTube channel, and I'm interested. I'm a Christian man. I'm a man of God, and I love when I get information from people that make sense. And I thought at a certain point in time, he made a lot of sense until he was challenged. I forget the podcast that asked him, PDB or something like that. I forget the name of the guy. He says, "Hey man, have you ever debated anybody? Have you debated anyone?" And he said no. They said, "Well, if we set it up, would you like to join the debate?" He said, "Yeah." And Wes said, "All right, cool, let's do it." And it was as simple as saying, "No, my guy, it's there. It's in the Codex of Sinaiticus. It shouldn't be that simple." I'm thinking this debate's about to be a debate about ideas and translations and interpretations. It wasn't.
Paul Titan.
All right, so here we go.
A crypto cold wallet that is impossible to crack.
Maybe it's about to start.
It's
the public. This is very sensitive documentation, and the world will be in total chaos if leaked, and it is now leaked. All of it. Not one document, all of it. Place of exploitation, forbidden knowledge television. This must be stopped.
Uh-oh, we can't hear him. Oh no. I hope he recognizes that we can't hear him. Okay, I think he's gonna fix it. I hope he does. It happens to me, so don't worry about it. Please fix it. It's not just me, right? There we go.
Like I was just telling you guys, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of people in here tonight. Got a lot of people popping in here tonight. It's going to be a long night. Got a lot to cover tonight. Got a lot to cover. All right. And as you know, I always bring the receipts. So it's going to be a good talk. Okay. Take a sip of my Danger coffee. Shout out to Dave Asprey. Anyway, so what is this video about today? Billy Carson exposes fake debate video. Right? What is this? What is this all about? What is he talking about? What's happening out there? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to know what's happening, what's going on.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Yes, I am. I'm going to tell you what's going on. So let's start from the very beginning. We're talking about 4 defendants. Actually, now there's a potential 5th defendant. Their names are defendant 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5. These are not names of people because those people are actual defendants. And you'll see by the end of this video why I call them defendants.
Uh-oh.
And so they're defendants, not people. You see, unlike this gang that use the name of Christ as their battle shield to go do evil things and do a lot of things behind the scenes that are very dark, and to try to create this global network for little old Billy Carson. They have to attempt, and it's a bad attempt. They have to network with hundreds of thousands of people all over the world to supposedly end Billy Carson's career. Well, they don't realize not only are they not ending my career, they're making me more famous because they call my name out every 5 minutes. I'm on their tongue and their lips every minute of the day. When they go to sleep, they dream about me. When they wake up, the first thing they do before they kiss their wife or their boyfriend, they talk about me. They post me and call my name 24 hours a day, nonstop. They're absolutely infatuated with me. And because of that, and because of what they have done now, they have created this whole energy field. That's what's behind me now, this flower of life energy. They've created this energy. There's only one force that exists in the entire known universe. One force, one consciousness. There's only one. And that one force can be used for darkness, and it can be used for light. Just like the Jedi. The Jedi will use the force for dark. The Jedi will use the force for light, and the Empire will use the force for darkness. It's up to the wielder of the power. But the true masters know how to turn that dark energy into light. So all this energy that they're in their crock pot stirring up, we're going to attack Billy Carson. We must do everything we possibly can, including making fake accounts, making bots and robot accounts to comment and hate and try to thumbs down videos and attack, and threats against his 12-year-old child.
What?
Threats against his family.
That's not good. I don't like
which
that.
I'll go over in a little bit, as they try to track down his goons, or whatever you call these people, these zealots. Track down, want to find out where I live, want to show up where I'm going to be, want to beg their followers for money to try to investigate and research me. Why are they doing this? Why are these defendants doing this? Well, there's 2 reasons, actually, maybe even 3. The first reason is clout. These defendants, are actually clout chasers. That's what they are. They're pure clout chasers. Nobody really cares to know who these people are, except for the people that are in their religion, and which is not even a religion. It's more than religion. It's more like a cult. Because I know real Christians and I know cult people. This is a cult that they're involved in. I know real Christians, good friends that are real Christians. And what they're in is not Christianity. It's something totally different. So let's break it down tonight.
Yeah,
we got 5,400 in the live chat.
That's no good. That's not.
We got to get some more people in here. Make sure you guys share this video. We need more people in here. Get this video shared to everybody you can possibly get it out to.
I'm sharing it.
Get it on out there.
Hi.
Let's see if Billy Carson's career is really going to come to an end.
We don't want to do that. Nah, real Christians would not do that.
You can't end the career of an independent man, a self-made man. I don't have any corporate contracts. I didn't sign a book deal with a major company. I own my own publishing company. I didn't sign a clothing deal with a clothing company. I own my own clothing company. Nice threads too.
I respect
my own
you for that.
watch.
I respect you for that.
My own shoes, my own everything. You can't shut down somebody or end a career of somebody that that didn't sign a TV deal with a major network. I own my own TV network. It's not going anywhere. You can't shut down somebody or end a career of somebody that has over 140 social media accounts with over 10 million followers. And I really call you guys 10 million leaders, because I don't have followers. I create leaders on my networks. So you see, you can't really shut them down. You can't really end a career. All you can do is blow me up. And that's exactly what's been happening. But look, we're about to hit 6,000. We'll have 10,000 on here pretty soon. I'm just delaying a little bit. We'll have 10,000 people on here pretty soon, which is phenomenal.
He's not really.
I want everybody on here. Get all your people. Keep sending more of your people over here. Send them on over.
As a true Christian,
because this is going to be a beautiful discussion tonight.
I'm with him on the first part of this.
All right.
We're not supposed to try to celebrate his downfall.
Let's talk about the mindset of people that would want to attack a 12-year-old child.
That is unacceptable.
My stepson.
That's
unacceptable.
Son of
my wife.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Let's talk about this Christian ideology, this cult Christian ideology.
Those are not real Christians.
Where they want to attack children.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not.
They want to find out about the children. They want to find that. They want to show up at the crib. They want to show up at the house. They want to pull up.
Nah. Those are not real
They
Christians.
never said this in any video. But the people that they're connected to, which we're going to break down who they are a little bit today, I'm going to save some for the legal system and I'll tell you the agencies that we're working with as well. But it's very interesting. You have to really begin to question the mindset of people and their real agenda, which is not spreading love and light and the gospel. It's really about domination, control, power, and taking over. You see, that's what it's really all about. When we were live yesterday, I wasn't live. My wife went live yesterday. Some of their zealotous cult followers, and you can go look at the comments. We didn't delete them all. They're there. I can't even repeat what was said about our son on this video because they will delete the video. But this is the following that these people have. They have real followers. We have leaders. They have followers.
So far, he got my attention.
Because the people that are on our side, they would never bend their mouth to do some of the things, and also never take the bribes and take these secret phone calls that have been going out to try to recruit more people, to ask a lot of incredible questions and to dig deeper and to try to raise money and beg for money and to try to find out addresses and locations and all this kind of stuff. Threats of, we're going to be pulling up, we're going to be showing up at these events from the top all the way down. So defendant number one is part of a ringleader program. He's not the main ringleader, but he's one of them. And we're going to be going a little bit into that tonight as well, while we still also talk about this contrived debate situation. Okay. But this organization that is defendant, I'm sorry, it's not defendant number one. I'm not going to actually call him defendant number two, because he's actually technically number two on the docket that we have. Defendant number one, we'll be talking about him in a minute. Defendant number two, he is a person that's heavily involved in the super left NDP. And they're backed by religious zealots. A lot of them are with the University of Ontario. So, which we've already been in talks with the University of Ontario.
That's candidate.
And they're heavily involved in bribes for false information.
Wesley Snipes.
And doing a lot of what you would call research. If somebody has real knowledge, if their word is so powerful, if their holy words that they know and all their history that they supposedly know is so incredible and so true, Why they got to do all this for little old Billy Carson? Why they got to come for little old Billy Carson? Right? Why is that?
Pride comes before the fall.
It seems as if they just don't have the power they thought they had. All right. So we're heavily involved in a lot of research, along with sharing information with different parties, different organizations. One is the RCMP.
Yeah, he's
That's
trying
the
to
Royal
minimize
Canadian
stuff.
Mounted Police.
Yeah.
Through them, we were able to get connected with the VDP, the Vancouver Police Department, also the CFSEU, which they then linked us there in a conference call. So we're dealing with the Combined Forces Special Enforcement Unit.
Wow.
And they're involved in a lot of organized gang-related crime. That's what they're involved in. And why is it gang-related? Because in America, this would be called a RICO. When you put a group of people together and you begin to organize and you conspire to attack through cyber attacks, through physical attack, through threats, and you also you create this environment for negativity. You create this environment for potential threat of life. You create this environment for zealots to feel that they're now empowered to injure, potential injury, and things like that, or to disrupt business. That's a RICO. But they have something different in Canada for that, as we were told now through the attorneys and the talks we've had so far. And also the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, the CAFC.
So
cybercrime involves fraud, phishing, and other online fraud.
He must be talking about West,
including scams.
West Huff is in Canada.
And one of the scams is contacting people and paying bribes, offering bribes, which has happened, to get them to give an alternative view or a different opinion about forbidden knowledge or Billy Carson, which has already happened. There's already one named defendant. That'll be defendant number 3. Okay. Pretty interesting stuff tonight. So where are we at now? We got 7,000. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on, bring the people on in there. Get this video out there now.
I'm trying,
I got a lot to talk about tonight.
I'm trying, brother. I only got 30.
This is the video y'all been waiting on. I saw one of their videos go. I said,
my part,
the video
man.
you've been waiting to see. Now, that ain't the video you've been waiting to see. Nobody's waiting to see their videos. Nobody cares to see their videos. Only the people that are already in the cult or people that are just curious. The people that want to see videos or the video they want to see is the ones that I'm putting
Air
out.
BC, I thought he was.
And nobody puts out more volume of videos and content than I do.
But it's not
nobody
cool to go
in the
after
world.
his family,
Not one
though.
single person.
I'm not with that part.
You may try to collectively create a whole bunch of content by passing the same video around 100 million times, talking about 2 things or 3 things. That's all you really have. You have nothing else to talk about. But in terms of real knowledge, you don't have any.
That's what you've been saying about Christianity.
Let's start with defendant number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's that?
Defendant number 1. Let me pull this out.
Can you finally say her name, bro? Like
people are shocked that
what
I'm
is this?
Somebody. Oh, I've sued a lot of people already.
Holding us.
This is. I'm not a dummy. I'm not one of these kids from the hood that just goes out there and gets into fights and shoots people. I don't do that.
Why you say that?
I use the same legal system that's been afforded to everyone else of every color and every race that's available to me.
Why you gotta say the hood though?
Let's go ahead and get into some of this. I'm going to
people
pull
in
up.
The hood are not the only ones that do that.
Let's see if I can find it.
He feeling some kind of way.
There he goes. This defendant was considered to be a very close friend. And as you can see in the photos here, top left, he's at my wife's birthday party. As you can see, marked with the black line across his face. He's marked up, okay? On the bottom beneath that, you see all of us in white. His face has got the black bar across. That's, again, we marked up his face. But again, this person was at my wedding. That's my wedding down there. But my very, very, what I thought would be my very close friends. We had a very private wedding in Bora Bora. And I think we only had 14 people there max. And he was actually one of those 14 people. On the right, lower right side, you can see that, we are hopping off of a private jet. He actually got, we got so close with the family, and they would come on trips with us, and we would go on trips with them. We have private jets. We don't have them, we don't own them, but we rent them out and we fly them different places. He flies the private jets. In fact, one of the ones that we use now is one that he referred to me. Okay, the Jet Club. And so, but I'm sitting here, I'm flying around with this guy on private jets, and there's a reason why I'm establishing this line of discussion.
Yeah.
With this
Come on,
defendant. It's because this defendant was in my inner circle.
Okay.
Now, this defendant this defendant is my neighbor. I can literally go out my front door and walk for about 2 minutes and knock on his front door. We're inside the same exact gated community. Okay, so this is a person not only that's been around us, that we hang out with, that we fly on private jets with and go around the world and everything else, but also this is a person that, my kid goes over their house, spends the night. Their son comes over here, spends the night. His son and my son are best friends.
Okay.
I've sent him and his son to countless NBA games because I have season tickets, but since I work so much and I'm traveling so much, I miss a lot of games. Sometimes I sell them, but sometimes I just give the tickets away to people that I think can use them. People I feel that can really appreciate the games. And so, as a matter of fact, you'll find out that I had just given him some tickets just recently, even while all this was going on.
Come on, brother.
So he could take his son to a nice NBA game. Anyway, so this is the type of person, you believe is really close to you and would never betray you. This is something that I manifested. This is no blame on the defendant. This is a blame on me, because at some point, he got past the radar. He really got past the radar. From the beginning, he was a secret hater from the jump. You just never know.
Bro,
sometimes you get people that you think are really close to you and that they're your real friends, and the whole time they've got some type of envy or jealousy or whatever it is brewing in the background, some type of deceit, or they're ready to backstab or whatever the case may be, right? But that's the situation. So this is the guy right here, all right? So why would I show something like that?
Yeah, why?
I'm establishing
Come on, brother.
A relationship, and it's very important as to some of the videos that have been put out there that have been circulating, where you see me pull up to his house, or I don't pull up, I ring the doorbell, and I'm going to play the audio from me ringing the doorbell because I recorded myself at his house with an audio, and thank goodness I did that because the audio tags the date, the time, and you can hear me speak my location, where I'm at, what I'm going to do, and the doorbell I'm coming that I ring. You can hear the doorbell ring.
Get to the point, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro?
It's very important that I establish this timeline. This is called evidence. This is called evidence.
We're not stupid, bro. We know what evidence is.
There's people out there in this gang, this gang out there. I do call them a gang. This organized crime gang.
With all his information,
they want to establish me as some type of a crazy guy who pulled up on a YouTuber when that's not what happened. Okay. Now I actually got very sick. I was extremely sick and went in the hospital prior to this whole thing happening. And when I say I was sick, I was deathly ill. I actually almost died. We did a whole podcast about this maybe a couple of months back when it first happened. I'm still not fully out of recovery. Okay. This is me in the hospital and my wife sleeping on a sofa next to me while in the middle of the night. You can see the heart monitor, the oxygen in my nose and everything else. And I did a podcast about it because she literally saved my life and allowed me to make it back to America so that I can get hospital treatment in America, because where I was, they didn't have the proper treatment.
What is son talking about?
And why am I showing you that? Also to establish a timeline.
What timeline?
It's very important to understand what was going on. And yes, I was really in the hospital, and yes, I was really sick. Okay.
Yo, am I
Here goes
missing
my
something?
hospital bandage that I take, because everyone knows that my leaders out there, my leaders that are always on my accounts, know that I always keep receipts of every single thing.
I didn't sign up for this.
And that's my hospital bandage. And then I have my hospital bills. This is my bill for the stay in the hospital, $37,460. That's one of them, one of the three, right? There's another one here.
Is this about this
For
debate?
$1,601. And there's another bill. I made it not, oh, here it goes. $2,585. These are all from that one stay in the hospital. Okay, so these are the hospital bills. So I was extremely ill and sick. And to add to that point, here during the session where I went over to Mark's house, which was right around the corner from me, if you look at my arm in the lower corner of the photo,
okay,
you see that I just got the IV bandage taken out of my arm from being in the hospital.
I told y'all he was sedated.
I just
What
got the
I tell
IV
y'all?
bandage out. I was in the hospital with a severe case of pneumonia.
I knew something was wrong
And
with
that pneumonia was so severe that it literally almost killed me. And my whole right side was completely full of bacteria. And then the left side was almost full. I had only 25% oxygen support. My body was going into septic shock, white blood cell count trending up towards 40. I lost 22 pounds and was extremely ill. I noticed yesterday when my wife was talking and some of the posts that she had made, people were commenting, that black guy, these are the Christian followers of this cult. That black guy looks like he's on drugs, and people commenting, yeah, he's on drugs, he's a dope addict, and all these crazy comments. This is how they uplift you. This is the enlightened people. These are the chosen ones.
I knew
right?
something was wrong.
I looked sick in the video because I actually was sick. Matter of fact, before the video started, I had a glass of bottle of water, and I told him, look, you may have to stop this a couple times because I can't really breathe that well yet.
I knew it.
My lungs are still recovering, and I coughed from time to time because I was trying to cough up still a little bit of phlegm in there from the pneumonia. After I got done with the IVs, they moved me on to the actual tablet or pill. You take these huge horse pills and got to keep taking those antibiotics until your lungs are clear. But it's still a long healing process, a 12-week healing process. And I got like a week and a half or two to go.
Some people just
for this healing process. Now, why is that important?
Christian.
Why is that important to this whole thing? Well, because I wasn't even supposed to leave the house. I was extremely sick. I had just had a near-death experience in the hospital a few days prior, got released. I had been so sick for the 2 weeks leading up to the hospitalization, trying to get back to America, trying to stay alive. And then I'm bedridden, and I just feel like, man, I just got to get up and do something. I can't stay. I just can't lay down like this. I just can't do it. Like for a person as active as me, it felt horrible. I felt like I was, completely useless. So I get a call from Mark. It's like, hey man, we're gonna hop on a podcast, I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, that sounds like a good idea. Something I can do. And all I gotta do is go around the corner from my house. I don't have to even leave the neighborhood. I don't have to go on an airplane, which is what I usually have to do. I can just literally walk around the corner and go in this house.
This is starting to make sense.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
My wife was extremely unhappy that I told her I was going to go over there. I was like, I'll just be like 30 minutes or so. It won't be a big deal. He just wants to have a conversation. We're going to talk about some things. He got somebody else coming on. I really thought it was just going to be like a casual conversation about our perspectives on reality and our perspectives on religion versus spirituality. I really didn't know it was going to be any kind of a debate. Okay. It's more like more of an ambush situation. And I have all the text messages to prove this, which are going to be in the discovery for defendant number 1. Anyway, so
man,
I go over there.
Long road to get to this.
I'm a little gassed, but whatever. I'm just happy to be involved in anything at this point. I sit down, get mic'd up and everything else. I get myself some water. I give him that warning about my coughing so that he knows, like, if you just pause it every now and then, you might have to edit the coughs out. Okay, I think that's on recording actually from the beginning of the video. They probably edited that out already, whatever. And then he brings on this guy on the screen, defendant number 2. So defendant number 2 comes on the screen. Okay, I have no idea who this guy is. I literally have no clue who this
Wesley
guy
Snipes.
Is.
That's his name.
I don't know his name. I don't know who he is. I don't recognize him from anywhere. Like some Joe Schmo off the street. I have no clue who this guy is. Wesley but whatever. Snipes. He seemed like a nice gentleman.
Huff.
I thought we were going to have a really nice conversation.
Okay.
Now, this whole time, I'm thinking this is just going to be a conversational based thing. Not a big deal. I don't got to stress my brain. I don't got to think too hard. We're just talking. And then Mark gets this guy on the live feed, and he says, "Hey, we're gonna have a little debate." I'm like, "A debate?" He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna talk about this your perspective of religion and stuff and so on, whatever." And I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And so now in the debate, the way that this works, I've been in debates before, real debates. Okay, like from school, the debate club. I understand what a real debate actually is because I've actually been in actual real debates. there's a moderator, a person that moderates. The moderator, him or herself, does not interfere with the conversation. They don't interfere. You see, they don't commandeer the conversation. And the moderator is there to allow both parties to actually get a chance to talk and get their point across. But that's not what happened. What happened was, as we opened this up, the moderator asked the first question, not the defendant number 2. Okay.
Who's Wes?
Now,
Wes
that's
is number
interesting.
2.
So I go, okay, this is from the jump. I'm like,
The
well, that's kind of
producer
strange.
of
I don't know
that
if this is a debate, then
number
it's
1.
supposed to be
They were both
a
in
little bit more organized. I said, well, maybe he doesn't really, he doesn't have the etiquette of knowing debates like I do, because I've been in real debates, and so whatever. I didn't think of nothing of it at that exact moment. So the first thing he asked me is about the gospel, the gospel of Jesus's wife. Okay. I think that was the first thing. It might have been the second thing, but it might have been the first thing. Either that or the Sinai Bible question. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I give my answer about the gospel of Jesus's wife, to what I knew about it. Not even a deep answer, just a very surface answer. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm just surviving at this moment. And then the gentleman, defendant number 2, he comes back with all this rhetoric about it's a known fake and it's this and that and everything else, and it's no good and it doesn't exist and blah, 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 or it's fake or whatever he's talking about. I'm like, okay, well, let me get my rebuttal in on this fakeness. But I never got a chance to get my rebuttal in because I had something very important to say about that, which I'm going to talk about tonight, about the gospel of Jesus's wife.
What?
And I'm going to play a couple of short videos as well. Okay. And then
you said if it's
the
fake,
second
then I
question,
agree.
or maybe it was the first. Like I said, I can't remember. And again, I was so sick and ill, to be quite honest with you. Maybe I did bumble my words a couple times with the Sinai Bible or the Barnabas text. It's quite possible. Look, some of y'all think I'm an alien, but I'm really human. Okay, I'm a person just like you guys are.
I believe that part.
And to that effect,
we don't hate you, bro.
And being in that weakened state, which he knew he caught me.
I want
in one
your
of my
family
most
to
weakest
thrive
states.
and do.
He knew. He saw how I only
bro.
weighed 206 pounds at his house, so I was very, very frail and thin. I've gained back now 15 pounds, but at the time I was very thin, just weak. But I'm human. I might have bumbled the Barnabas text for the Sinai text or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is I never got a chance to answer any questions or get my voice heard.
What?
That's what really matters. But I'm going to break down the Sinai Bible tonight, and I'm going to break down the gospel of Jesus's wife and some other things tonight as well.
Well, you don't have a debater.
I'm going to break them down.
Ain't nobody did
the
a
way
debate
that
you.
I wanted to talk on that video, but never got a chance to say anything.
Ain't
And then what they did was
you,
they're
bro.
pretty slick. So every time I had something really
Codex
important to say or a
Sinaiticus.
deep question
Sinaiticus.
to ask, defendant number 2 video would just magically disconnect. Boop, he's off again. Oh man, he's off again. I don't know what happened. The first time it happened, I was like, that's strange, because it didn't happen when he was talking, and his video is very clear and crisp, like almost 4K. Then he comes, he gets back into the live feed, to the whatever app they were using. I'm not sure what kind of app it was. He's back on, he's dialed back in. Now I'm trying to ask my question. I'm getting overridden with other texts, other words from defendant number 1. He's overriding what I'm trying to say, everything I've got to ask. He's talking over me. I'm the person that's there supposed to be in this debate. I can't even get a word in. And as soon as I say one thing, the other guy, defendant number 2, he's overriding and talking over me. I'm just sitting there patiently, just quiet, okay. You can see me, I'm just sitting there. Then all of a sudden I have something powerful to say and a response to say. Boop, disconnects, video disconnects right when I start talking again. No more video feed gone. I'm like, this is crazy. Now I see what's going on. This is an actual setup, because every time he would come back and start talking dogmatically and talking all this garbage, he would then pick up his cup and do this and give a smirk. So I saw then at that moment, I realized, oh, this is a contrived setup video.
He's
to
saying
make me look like I'm some type of dummy and I don't know what I'm talking
responses.
about. So they can go bragging to all their Christian buddies
responded
and
to
friends
how
in their
Wes
cult.
was
And,
looking.
oh, he didn't know the answer to these 2 questions.
No, he's talking from
Not
us
really.
Responding. I hope I'm not
Again, I try to hold
nothing.
off at having faith that maybe Mark wouldn't be involved in something like this. Third time happens again.
He's
Disconnects the
responding
video
from us,
feed.
from a lot of us.
Fourth
people
time
who
happens
responded
again.
to his
Disconnects
video.
the video feed. Fifth time happens again. Disconnects the video feed. Only when I'm talking.
It didn't go like that.
And I realized after the 5th time, this is bullcrap. This is and I said, Mark, this is garbage, man. What you guys, this is a setup. This is ridiculous. Every time I have something to say, he's disconnecting I could see him literally disconnecting his video manually. And only one time I got to ask a couple of questions. I could see him on his screen on Chat GPT trying to look for the answer real quick. And he gives some roundabout, ridiculous answer. And it came to some of the tablets. And I realized then that this was bogus and unprofessional and something I would never want to be a part of. Absolute total trash. And I told Mark at that moment, I'm leaving, man. I gotta go. I have an air conditioning guy coming to my house. I have my mother-in-law coming into town, and something happened too. We have 5 AC units, and I don't even know which one of them is acting up. All I know is one of the rooms in the house upstairs where she's gonna be is hot. So I had to have somebody come over and find out which AC unit out of the 5 was broken. So I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this appointment for this trash. This is garbage. So I walk out. I walk out in the middle, and I tell him, don't use this. I don't approve this. I never signed a consent form. When you go to a podcast, if you don't know the video etiquette, I'm going to tell you right now. Anytime I show up to any podcast I show up to, Joe Rogan, PBD, I mean, you name it, PBD, right? Next Level Soul, wherever I'm at, the first thing you do is you sit down and you sign a release form. That's just basic standard legal. You sign a release form.
But that was your boy, though. Remember?
I didn't sign any kind of release form. I never gave any authorization or consent. Luckily,
that was your boy.
Because that now makes the video illegal to use with my likeness, my face, my voice.
No, sir.
Any form, any shape or form.
Incorrect.
Even if it's just a 10-second clip. Even if it's 1 second of me, I did not consent. Why?
No, sir.
Because it's unprofessional, and I knew they were going to utilize it.
It's a podcast and it's video cameras
for
that
their
are
own
pointing
self-gain for some type of clout chasing.
You already gave consent.
But it gets even deeper than that. It gets even deeper than that, you see? So I walk out. My wife, I get back to the house. I'm extremely pissed off and angry. I can barely breathe. I normally take the elevator upstairs when I was sick in my house. So I have an elevator. I normally take the elevator up, but I was so pissed off that I took the staircase up to the loft where my wife was sitting. And when I got to the top of the staircase, I was so exhausted I couldn't even breathe. I almost dropped down on one knee. She's like, what's going on? What's happening? She's like panicking. I told her what's happening to the best of my ability. She got pissed off. She got Mark on the phone right away. My wife is my manager. And she called immediately, got him on the phone, said, Billy doesn't consent to this. We signed a contract with another company to do an actual show called Versus, and with a very prominent figure involved in it, and all the different people from different areas of religion. It's a very organized debate system, and it's going to be a TV series. So I did sign that contract. I didn't know I was going over there to do this kind of debate. I thought we were having a casual conversation on spirituality, and I wasn't really even fully in my right mind.
It was.
I just almost died a few days before going to his house, literally. And so he took advantage of that, which is what happened. I can't say he took advantage of that. I allowed him to take advantage of that because for whatever reason, I was just weak. And sometimes you trust people, especially when you've been around them that long and that much. Whatever the case may be, it happened. She was very upset. She called him. She put a do not consent in immediately. And that ended that call.
Allegedly.
Then he kept trying to send me messages. He was sending me so many messages, which I'm going to put some text messages on the screen tonight, but I can't put all the text messages on the screen because a lot of it is going into evidence. Because defendant number 1 is going to be sued for $1 million and possibly even more. But the messages were coming into me, were talking about the desperation that he's in to get this video out. Absolute desperation. And I'm like, what the hell is so desperate about this ridiculous video that was so corny and contrived and stupid? Like, what is the desperation for this video? Like, what really, like, how can you send me 15, 20 messages that are each like a paragraph or 2 long? That gives me anxiety. I don't want to read messages that long. I told him, I said, stop sending me these crazy long messages. Man. Finally, after like the 8th message, I start reading these messages and they're like, I'm under attack. They're attacking me. They're threatening me. This is all in text. They're trying to take me down. They're gonna expose me. They're threatening my businesses. All these things he's telling me. He's in panic mode, like super panic mode, like the mafia is after him. Well, they really were, because these people operate like the mafia. They're very evil people. Don't let the Christian name, Protestant, and all these different names that they got out there for these people fool you. These people are dark and they're evil and they're very manipulative.
You're disparaging all
very
Christians,
contriving.
brother. All Christians.
So, defendant number 2 in his
Not
horde
everyone
of
that says Jesus,
cult
Jesus, or Lord,
people,
Lord, is a
cult
Christian.
followers, in some way have been attacking him. They created robots and bots to attack his comments on his post, and attack his positive posts, attack his comments from his followers, attack people on his YouTube videos, attack his live chats, just attack. The same thing they've been doing to us, using real people and also using robots, which is really what is considered a cyber attack, which is actually illegal and against the law. If your word is so powerful, why use all the robots? If your word is so powerful, why use all the contrived devices and all the illegal apparatus? Why do that if your word is so true and so powerful, and it's it's got the light of God and everything in it? Why do you have to stoop so low and start doing all these underhanded dark acts? You proved my theory about you people this whole time, this whole situation, and all these videos. And the more you guys put out, the more you're going to make me famous, and the more you're proving my point. So he's panicking. Okay, he's absolutely panicking. My wife didn't know that I was going back to see him again after seeing all these crazy messages and his complete panic attack. I was so pissed off at him. But I said, let me just give him the benefit of the doubt one more time. I mean, for goodness sake, my son has slept in this guy's house, So I go over there at his behest, begging me to come over. I got all the messages. And I meet him at his house. His wife is home. His son is home. His son's eating a shake at the table, drinking a shake at the table, a smoothie or something. His wife is in the kitchen, heating some food up that she got from our chef. Our chef became their chef. Again, just showing the connection there. I've had a chef for 10 years, and they like the food from coming over and eating the food at our house. And now they share our chef. So she was warming up some food for our chef. That chef had cooked for them. I go meet with him. I talk with him. He's telling me about the pressure he's under and the attacks he's under. I said, look, man, I really don't care about all of that. I said, Mark, nobody really even knows who you really are. So why are you worried about it? Why would you even be worried about this? Like, nobody knows who you are. Like, your business is your business. You have another company that has nothing to do with the internet where you make money. That's how you became a millionaire. You didn't become a millionaire off of YouTube. YouTube is brand new and nobody knows who the hell you are. So why do you even care about these people? But he was so desperate, as if his life was damn near in danger. His family was damn near in danger. He was desperate. I said, look, man. He says, is it okay? He says, is it okay if I make a response video? I said, you can make a response video, but don't use any of my footage in there. I don't consent to it. I said, if you put it in there, I'm going to send you a cease and desist. He goes, oh man, we friends, man. It's all love. We're not doing that. I said, okay. I shook his hand and I walked out of the house. The next thing that I did was, I knew I had a game coming up, a basketball game that I couldn't make it to. And once again, with my brand new seats, my upgraded seats, I contacted him and I said, hey, would you like to take your son to the NBA game? I can't make it to this particular game. And he says, sure thing. He says, I see, though the conversation is a little broken here because I couldn't fit the whole thing in the screenshot, was running, if you got the seats you had last year and had the courtside bands, you did upgrade your tickets. I said, yes. He said, those seats are nice. So he got the better. He realized I had gotten even better seats than I had the last time. He was very happy about that. That was the conversation. The day after, he agreed to not release anything of my footage. Gentleman's handshake. And I explained to him that it didn't look good for him or me. It was very unprofessional, very clownish, very childish. And if somebody edits it, it's going to look really one-sided and stupid.
If you're suing, why are you doing all this?
So now that happens.
Why are you making this video if you're suing, bro?
And
is this part of the case?
Then the next thing I know, he starts sending more texts about he's getting attacked. He's getting attacked from defendant number 2. Okay. He says that they're attacking him. He's under a lot of pressure. This guy is really like scared now. I'm like, wait, what kind of pressure can you be under for a damn clumsy video that was horrible? Guys disconnecting 5-6 times in the video. He's half the time he's not even on the screen. You're talking too much. I can't get a word in. I look frustrated. I can't say what I want to say. I'm walking out.
That's
like,
a response.
what is so frustrating about this video? It's so raggedy.
That's a response.
I don't care if it was legitimate. I wouldn't even put any crap like that because it looks stupid. It makes us look like we're amateurs.
That's a response from
he's panicked
from the reactions that he's
2 weeks later.
About. You wouldn't have said that if nobody said anything.
He releases the full video in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, he sends me this 3-paragraph text message as to the desperation that he was under and the attacks that he was under as to why he had to release this video. Is this one it? Let me see. Oh, no, that's the Heat tickets that I told you I gave him. So you can see, you can look for the Heat Sacramento game. You'll know exactly what day this happened. With the day that he agreed not to release the video. This is the day after he went to the Heat game with his son. Anyway, that text message he sent was probably so long I probably didn't put it up here. So, case in point is the fact that he's in some type of severe desperation where he feels so threatened by somebody, some entity.
That would be evidence
that he feels like I just got to put this video out to get the pressure off. Otherwise, I'm going to suffer in some way, shape, or form. What that suffering exactly is, I don't know, but it must be severe because this guy was panicking like a little girl. Literally.
You're calling him a little girl and you got a case coming up against him?
The next thing I know, the video's out.
This is not real.
I'm actually sleeping in my movie theater in my house. I have a movie theater. I'm sleeping in the movie theater.
He got stared. He got
kind of passed out watching the game that was on that night.
This guy was balling out of control.
Happens to me sometimes the game watches me. I wake up around 1 something, almost 2 or whatever. I see my cell phone is blowing up like crazy. I got all these people contacting me. People that haven't talked to me in a few weeks or a couple of months or whatever. I'm like, what's going on? It's the middle of the night. Why are people calling me like this? I read a couple of the messages and it's about this video that's out. I'm like, what video is this? What's going on? They're really pissed off about it because they said, man, this is like some kind of setup you're in, Billy. What's going on here? I click on the video, I see it, I realize it's out. Then I go to Mark to text him, and I see he has sent me this long message about, I'm so sorry, I apologize. I wasn't supposed to put this out, but I had to release it because of too much pressure. I was under so much pressure and they were attacking me. Exact words. So I said, okay. That's not acceptable. So I go to my computer. I write a do not consent form, a professional do not consent form. I print it out on my printer. And the next thing I do is I head over to his house. Now, they try to make it look like I'm pulling up on a YouTuber. I saw some video. Billy Carson's his career is going to be ended because he just pulls up on YouTubers, as if I drove through the middle of the night in a snowstorm to go bang on this guy's door and tell him to take the video down.
It's your boy. We understand now where that comes. See, it's your boy.
Defendant 1 and I talk very often in the middle of the night.
We didn't know
3,
that.
4 o'clock in the morning. And the reason why is because we work so much. That's usually when we can have our conversations. I've got dozens of conversations and dozens of times that we've met and talked in the middle of the absolute night. When people are sleeping, we're up. We only sleep about 4 to 5 hours a day. Sometimes I sleep 6 max just because my wife really wants me in bed sometimes. So, but that's all we sleep. People that are busy. We're busy people. We're not slackers out here. We're grinders.
We get it.
So we're always up talking. So for me to get up and say, I got to go over to his house. I got to find out what's going on here. It's my friend. Like, what is going on? Like, I need to find out what desperation is so bad and so severe
this guy is making
that he feels that this had to be done against my wishes and against my will. So I get out and I go to his actual house, which is right around the corner in my gated community. I didn't drive through the night. I didn't drive through the sleet and the snow and track him down and search for him on Google Earth and all these crazy contrived ideas. I literally just went right around the corner and rang his doorbell. And what did I do when I went there? I recorded myself. And I'm glad that I did because of this contrived doorbell video. How did the doorbell video get out? This is why he became defendant number 1. He became defendant number 1 because by releasing the doorbell video, he now lets me know that he was in full collusion with this activity after being in some way attacked and pressured into releasing this, which I believe did happen. He then succumbed to this pressure and wanted to be all the way in to show, like, I'm loyal to you guys. So make sure you don't use my name in anything and make sure you don't attack me. Very feminine. Extremely feminine. Very weak.
7.3 thousand watching
Very weak.
on his live.
It's a weak man. So
he's making a
here's
lot
the
of money.
Doorbell video. Listen closely.
This video is monetized. He's making a lot of money.
I'm at 99.01. Approximately 2:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm ringing the doorbell at Mark Menard's house. Okay, well, there goes your evidence. Again, more contrived content online. He pulled up on this guy's house. He pulled up on the YouTuber.
Bro, we didn't know it was your boy.
Really?
Didn't nobody know that was your boy?
Pulled up on a YouTuber? No, I went to my friend's house. A guy that I actually consider to be one of my best friends.
Okay,
a man that was actually at my wedding.
Next.
That I entrusted with the care of my own child. That I felt that I can trust around my family. That I've given many gifts to, birthday gifts, holiday gifts.
We get it, bro.
NBA tickets. I went 50% with them on a jet card so we can fly in private jets at a discount. This is people you think you're very close to.
All right, we get it, bro.
You see? So I'm going, in my mind, I'm going to my friend's house, man, to see what's going on. But I also, I always try to create my receipts to track everything that's going on. And that whole conversation, if he had come to the door, would have been recorded.
Right.
Because I want to have that information available in court if I would have needed it.
That's what we do with our friends. We record.
To show and prove, number one, I went there in peace. I went to have a conversation. And in my hand at the door, if you look at the doorbell video, in my hand is a piece of paper. That's my do not consent form. See, I'm not one of these dumb punks from the streets that just runs out and goes, I'm going to go beat somebody up.
I know what you wanted to say.
Don't mistake where I came from for who I am and where I am now.
Ooh, he wanted to say it.
I didn't get this far being stupid. Do I make mistakes from time to time? Absolutely. Just like anybody else makes mistakes sometimes.
Billy, you let me down, Billy.
But when it comes to protecting myself and making sure I'm doing everything appropriately to leave my own breadcrumbs, I'm going to do that. Billy? I always have the receipts.
Why did you say it, man?
That's a guarantee.
Oh,
I always have the receipts.
That video response.
And I got more for tonight, too.
Billy says.
Let's see. We got 10K. We got 10,800 here in the live chat. We got 10,800 in the live chat.
There we go.
Make sure y'all share this video. And I got my little cliff notes here to the side to make sure I keep on track so I don't just wander off and start going off on tangents because there's just so much to talk about. I don't want to get off on too many tangents.
What? Okay? Bruh.
Let's see where we're at now.
Tangents? Oh, you blew that.
Now, that same night that I went to the door, I rang the doorbell, which I recorded, and you just heard the recording of it. So, no, Billy Carson didn't pull up on a YouTuber. Billy Carson went to his friend's house, a man he considered to be one of his best of friends, and rang the doorbell like a gentleman.
And your boy's a YouTuber.
Within my own gated community in walking distance. I didn't walk that night because it was a little chilly. I did get out in my slippers, and I took the car right around the corner, which took less than a minute. Walking would have taken maybe 3 minutes at the most. But I come back to the house. I'm extremely angry and I'm extremely frustrated that I wasn't able to contact him. His phone was in like do not disturb mode. So I tried to call first. I tried to call him like 4 or 5 times, evidenced in my phone records. I texted him 5 or 6 times. I also texted him a copy of my do not consent, and I WhatsApped him a copy of my do not consent form. at the same time,
Yo, son said he about
as
that
will be
life.
evidenced
He
in
said,
the case.
mess around
Then
and
what
find out.
happened? I come back to the house. I wake up my beautiful wife. I tell her what's going on.
He from
And
New
we
York, so
call
he about that
his
life.
wife. We call defendant number one's wife. A beautiful, incredible woman, very strong woman, great person, great human being, like a sister to my wife. She's actually like a sister to my wife. They're born on the same day. They both are born on Valentine's Day.
Why is that
So
important?
that's something they really, really have in common, which created a bond between them.
Why
We
is
give her
that
a call.
important
She
to this?
answers the phone. She's not in America, which we knew that already. We figured she'd probably be up by then, even though it was 2-something in the morning, because she was out of the country and she was ahead of time in Europe. We told her what was going on. She had no idea of the extent of this. She was extremely frustrated and very worried and very pissed off at defendant number one, her husband. And she hopped on an airplane and flew straight back home from France that night and came to our house the next evening. Came to our house, sat down in our dining room with us, and we talked for a couple of hours about the situation. She was so apologetic and so sad and so sorrowful that somebody that she loved had done something like this to somebody that she also loved. She couldn't believe it. She was gasped and without any words that he would do something low down and dirty as this. She was completely distraught and disgusted. I was really upset that he did not come with her. I thought that she'd bring him with her. That was the plan. We'd sit there and we'd talk and figure this thing out. But he never came, just like a soft, gentle woman. He never came. He just stayed hiding somewhere like a little girl.
Once again, you're calling him soft and gentle.
Didn't show up.
And a woman.
So
you're
okay.
disrespecting women.
Fine. We talked to the wife. We gave her hugs and kisses and tell her, look, this has nothing to do with you, man. This is just an unfortunate situation. You know, it's an unfortunate situation. But at the end of the day, she got him to take all the videos down. He took them all down. He took down the response video and he took down the contrived, edited version of the debate, if you want to even call it a debate. I call it a defake. That's what it really was. An unqualified garbage. If somebody who really runs debates would have saw that, they would have laughed at us and said, what amateurs? This is garbage. That's how crappy it was. But she got him to take the videos down.
It was a little low
because she really wears the pants in the family. She's really the boss. When she puts her foot down, everything happens. She's the one who makes that family move.
He seems sedated. I saw that.
Anyway, so that's done. The next day, they do get served with a letter from my attorney. It was a cease and desist, a formal do not consent via a cease and desist. Even though the videos have been taken down, that was already in motion because I contacted our attorney that same night. And when Billy calls, he picks up. I don't care what time of the day it is. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Big Willie. All right, Big Willie.
We're getting a response.
Big Billy.
So he was already working on it. So the email went out with the formal cease and desist. I guess that pissed him off that he got that letter after he had taken the videos down. That was already in motion. And it's nothing. It's not a lawsuit. It's just, hey, it's a formal, legal, I do not consent. Then he had to go pay for an attorney to respond to it, as he should. So he responded to it and confirmed that the videos have been taken down and they're deleted. We actually, in our do not consent, we asked that all the podcasts that I had been in on his channel be taken down, even from the past, because I'm the one who tried to help blow him up. When he had 5 subscribers, I gave him like 50 to 80,000 subscribers by going on his podcast.
Because you're a friend, bro.
I'm one of the main reasons why he got to 100,000 subscribers on that platform. I gave him the most views he ever had in his life.
Come on, son.
Because my name catches the algorithm. This is why this
horde of
cult followers
we in New York
are using my name, because they know it goes into the algorithm.
Duh.
They're just clout chasers because they don't have any knowledge. If they had knowledge, they can build their own platform on their own. They can build their own base of fans on their own. But since they don't really know anything, the only thing they can do is create controversy and attract people through dark energy. They're just energy vampires. That's all they are.
There, you were seeking people to take you on, bro.
So the video goes out to the editor. That's defendant number 3. Defendant number 3. I sort of asked you a question tonight. Are you nervous? He's got nothing. He's got nothing on me. That's what you said. He's got nothing on me. He just paid me. He paid me before, but he's got nothing on me. Oh, I got something on you. We're going to break that down tonight. We got something on you, defendant number 3. You have no idea what kind of hot water you put yourself in.
You ain't even
Like
got
you
1
have-
and 2 correct yet.
I mean, for a
How we on
businessman,
3
you got to
already,
be
bruh?
dumber than a box of rocks. Like, you didn't realize what you were doing. Number 1 was illegal. You don't realize the financial damages that I'm able to get now, and then the doxing that you attempted to do, that you tried to delete. You didn't realize that we had already copied all of that and logged it into evidence, and that we've already won cases with that same exact doxing file that you used, which is fake information, as you'll see tonight when I showcase why. And I'm going to put some of the cases on my screen tonight.
Man, my bedtime is
You, my friend, defendant number 3, are going to
being
spend a lot of
challenged right now.
money. All the money. Well, you only made probably $50, $60 on YouTube, so you know your Instagram isn't even monetized. So you made no money, except for the money that you got paid by the defendant number 1 to edit the video, which he pays you because you're his editor, and whatever this cult paid you as a bribe to get involved with them and whatever. But I'm going to break that all down in a minute. But what you did was you gave me
him for being
an
boring.
easy case. Like the easiest case out of all of these cases is actually yours.
I'll play with me.
So all this you're saying on video tonight about you got nothing to worry about, I got nothing on you. No, we got a lot on you. You're the one we have the most on. And you know, I know you're sleeping on your mom's couch up there in Michigan.
Bro, you getting personal, bro.
You're gonna be sleeping there a lot longer because you won't be able to afford your own place anytime soon. Okay?
Oh, he getting personal.
Because we're going to win this judgment against you.
You can't do that.
So let's get into
on
this.
social media, and you plan on suing them, bro.
Before I get into defendant number 3, let's go over a little bit more about this. Yeah, I'm gonna save him because that's like icing on the cake. I'm gonna save him. That's like icing on the freaking cake, man. Let me get into a little bit more about this defake, the defake. Let me get into this defake a little bit.
Finally,
Okay.
this is why we're here, bro. The title of your
I told
video
you
said
what was happening in
"Fake
this thing.
debate."
And a couple of the questions that have been brought up about the Sinai Bible and the gospel of Jesus' wife.
No, the
Let's
gospel
take a
of
look
Barnabas.
at a couple of things real quick. Let
Not
me
the
get some of
gospel
my
of Jesus' wife. That's not a gospel.
windows open up here. Let me get some of this information out. Where's this PowerPoint at?
Son
Hold on a
is
second.
shuffled.
I want to put something on the screen for you guys
Please do.
so we can really
Get
this information
There we go.
digested
Yo,
into our understanding.
you have no idea.
And I'm going to use this this PowerPoint as my source material,
Okay.
not because I need it, but because I have the sources on here.
Because you're Big Willie.
And that way,
Big
these
Billy.
people can't continue to contrive information,
Yes, Big
as I
Billy.
am going to be giving sources. And I'm going to give you guys a short video as well.
You
here
got
in a
an
second.
elevator in your
Okay.
house. You got a movie theater. You
Let me
fly
just
on
Get this
private
thing up
jets,
here real quick,
and you got
because
PowerPoint.
this is very, very important. And we're going to go into a little bit of what defendant number 2 has tried to make 100,000 videos out of nothing. And what's so funny is his little henchmen and his little people that were already in the cult and already far
He
left.
also has 5 ACs in his house.
You're ending Billy Carson's career on these 2 questions. Really? No, you're building my career. And to add proof in that fact, this is the most people I've ever had on a live video. Let me see. Let me go back to my live chat real quick.
Son is
before I pull up
making
this
so
PowerPoint.
much money off
Where
of
we
this
at
video
now?
right here.
I'm at 11,499 people. The most I've ever had was 5,000. You guys doubled my popularity on a live video in one day.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That's how this works, bro.
All the dark energies,
You're
all your
clout
listeners, and all
chasing
your
and you don't
followers,
even
and all
know
your
it.
cult people, and all your people that are in your organizations
This is how clout
that are
chasing
coming
works.
to watch my video with that dark energy. How are we going to see the fall of Billy
No,
Carson?
this is light.
That's dark energy, that frequency that's coming here. You see this behind me? That's the face of God. God's not a man flying around with a magic wand granting wishes.
There we go.
God is a frequency, and it's your job to tune in. Y'all didn't tune in. See, I'm tuned in.
No frequency,
so all this dark energy that you're bringing toward me, I've alchemically converted that energy into money. That's exactly what I've done.
Yes. That's what you're supposed to do.
So thank you for coming on and watching tonight.
You're welcome, bro. That's how we do this.
Now, let's get into this. Let me get
like
this.
Deion Sanders, bro.
I got to get this. I've got to get this.
You hot, bro. You use your hotness to make
this
money.
PowerPoint in here real quick. I thought I had it on that computer, but I'm gonna send it over there real quick so I can open it, and then I'm gonna get back into defendant number 3 and break him all the way down. I'm gonna break him all the way down, guys. He actually got on a video tonight on some show, like he's some type of superhero out here. This guy has 3 likes per post on social media, and he started a social media marketing company. We actually hired this guy. And his work was so bad, we had to get rid of him. We had to fire him. He was great in other areas that we had things we had done with him in the past, which I will go over. And I'm going to read a lot of text messages from defendant number 3 as well. Tons and tons of text messages I'm going to read. And I'm going to expose his bed of lies and fabrication. And then I'm going to break down his doxing. And I'm going to show you why he's the easiest case for us to win. And he'll be sleeping on his mom's couch just a little bit longer after I get done breaking this down. Okay.
Talk about
let me get this.
That's why we here.
This doggone PowerPoint over here.
Yeah, you got PowerPoint.
I'm gonna try it a different way. It's not It's not
5 AC
cooperating with me, so I'm gonna try one other way. Because I want to get a little bit more into the deepfake and finally get a chance to say. Let me turn this volume on. Finally get a chance to say what I wanted to say. Let's see if I can get this presentation in here.
Yes, the Sinai Bible. Let's get to that. The Sinai Bible.
Because there's a lot I wanted to say and didn't get a chance to.
Now it's all you.
We're going to go over some of that tonight.
Yes, it's only you. No debater. It's just you. Talk about this Sinai
and
Bible.
So, defendant number 3, very interesting guy. Very, very interesting guy. He
the editor. Y'all keep track now.
He's one of the key figures in this whole operation.
Okay.
He's like the linchpin, if I can use that term.
Okay. The editor.
My good friend Terrence Howard. He's like the linchpin because linchpins also have to do with energy. So he's been giving this darkness energy.
We're vibrating
and feeding it
frequencies.
And we'll get to the foundation of his agenda eventually. Most likely through discovery, but I'm hypothesizing that his failing business structure,
bro, you just buying time now, man. Come on now, you killing me, bro. That PowerPoint ain't working, and he's trying to buy time.
His ability to do any real internet marketing,
randomness,
and gain any real following. He couldn't even build his own following.
Who cares, bro?
That he was offered in some way, shape, or form some type of money from this cult organization.
He's been fumbling with that PowerPoint
who we're now in contact with the proper authorities, several authorities, which I'll talk about one more time before we end this live. Those exact authorities.
The PowerPoint's not working, bro. That's dark.
He utilized that potential revenue. I don't know if he did, so I'm saying potential revenue.
Bro, we don't care about none of that.
The bribing or whatever the offer was. It was very enticing to him to bring the popularity to him. He really needed it so badly.
The fake debate, bro.
Yeah, it's uploading now.
Sinai.
And so by that offer whatever offers they made him to get involved in the situation and to cultivate and to manipulate defendant 1, he successfully did that to defendant 1. And he was able to acquire this illegal footage, and I do mean illegal. And then he had a decision to make. Am I going to utilize it? Or am I going to do the right thing and let it go? But he had an incentive. There was an extra incentive for defendant number 3 to take this footage and put it out. He has a direct connection in some way, shape, or form to defendant number 1, which we will find that out in discovery. See, the money that you thought you were making and the popularity you thought you were making is all going to be spent on attorney's fees. And I don't care if I win or lose. I just want you to spend money. You see? Let's see if this is it here.
There we go.
So one of the questions that was brought up was the information about the
Sinai
the
Bible?
Sinai Bible,
Here we go.
which has a lot of differences than the King James Version of the Bible.
Yes, sir.
It's also
Let's
called
go.
the Codex Sinaiticus. And what I had said in a few podcasts, which probably only 2 or 3 podcasts I had mentioned, and of course, reels and clips were made and they were then edited and put out all over the place, was that in the Sinai Bible,
Hey, Terrence, he can't repent. He's not a Christian. He needs to
it
come to
appeared that
Jesus.
Jesus had never been crucified.
If you're not
it's quite possible that Jesus was never
not a Christian, you
crucified.
can't really repent.
Not once anywhere to say Jesus was never crucified. It's
Let's
quite
pray for
possible
him so that he
Jesus
gets
was never
saved
crucified,
first.
or he might not have been crucified, depending on what podcast I was on. So this question came up during the defake as not a question in a way that it would be asked in a real debate, but it was an attack from the very beginning because they thought they had answers that would debunk whatever I said in a podcast somewhere one day. So the Codex Sinaiticus,
Somewhere
often
one
referred to as
day.
the Sinai Bible, is a 4th century Greek manuscript of the Bible. In contrast, the King James Version, is the KJV, is an English translation completed in 1611. Comparing these two involves examining differences in textual context, translation choices, and theological interpretations. And so here's the textual variations. Scholars estimate that there are approximately 14,800 differences between the Codex Sinaiticus and the King James Version. These variations range from minor discrepancies to wording to significant differences in the content. For instance, the Codex Sinaiticus includes books like the Epistle of Barnabas and the Shepherd of Hermas, which are absent in the King James Version. Notable omissions: several passages presented in the King James Version are missing from the Codex Sinaiticus. Mark 16:9 through 20. The longer ending Mark detailing the post-resurrection appearances of Jesus is absent, doesn't exist. It's not in there. That's Biblical Archaeology Review. Biblical Archaeology Review. That's the source. Just one of them. There's 8 sources, but that's just one of them.
Post-resurrection.
John 53.
Are you reading that part clearly? Post.
The account of the woman caught in adultery is not included. Biblical Archaeology Review. Source: Luke 24:51. The phrase, "and was carried up into heaven," describing Jesus' ascension, is missing. Biblical Archaeology Review. Now, they based 100,000 videos, and I do mean 100,000 videos of complete foolishness.
It's right there, bro.
Off of this information.
No, it's right there.
I'm sure they'll make a response video talking more crap and using my name. They can just listen. It is what it is. Those are opinionated videos. At that point, that doesn't matter. But the original video that I did not consent to, I'll be paid my pound of flesh for every appearance that it shows up on the entire internet. I will be. Trust me on this. Or there'll be judgments. And when you go to buy a house, or when you go to sell something, when you go to do anything, I'll have to get paid first. And I'm going to take all of that money, all those winnings, and I'm going to buy a huge strip of land. Me and my wife already figured it out today. We're going to buy a huge strip of land, and we're going to build mini homes on there for homeless people with all the money. Every single penny of it. And we're going to document it, and we're going to post it.
You promise?
We're going to turn your darkness into light.
For homeless people, you said every penny for homeless.
Differences. KJV.
If you use one penny
worked from a limited set of late medieval Greek manuscripts, primarily the Textus Receptus and Hebrew texts available in the early 17th century. In contrast, the Codex Sinaiticus is an earlier manuscript reflecting a different textual tradition. These distinct source materials contribute to differences in wording and interpretation between the two versions. Theological implications. The variations between the Codex Sinaiticus and the KJV have led to differing theological understandings. For example, the absence of certain passages in the Codex Sinaiticus, such as the longer ending of Mark, affects narratives concerning the resurrection and ascension of Jesus. These differences highlight the importance of textual criticism and biblical studies to understand the development and transmission of biblical texts over time. While it's challenging to specify the exact number of words translated differently between the Codex Sinaiticus and the KJV due to their distinct textual basis and translation methodologies, the estimated 14,800 differences encompass both minor and significant variations that have implications for biblical interpretation and theology.
There you go. So
you can tell this is written for me. No, I'm taking this from the source, Mr. Whoever you are in the live chat. Of course, this is cut and pasted from the direct source, from actual academic books. I'm not giving you this off my dome. I'm reading academic books. Come on now, tune in. Get your head on right.
Stay out of
This
the
is
comments,
basic,
brother.
not basic IQ stuff.
It's dark in the comments. Stay out of the comments, homie.
So the
Don't-
next thing was about the gospel of
Oh my gosh.
Jesus' wife.
He's in the comments.
I'll pull that back up in a minute.
He's reading the comments.
The next thing was about the gospel of Jesus' wife. That question came up.
No, but you didn't answer. No, you can't just read that stuff.
So-
You gotta actually talk about it.
What's the question? In podcasts, I have been noted as saying it's quite possible they discovered the gospel of Jesus' wife. Fact. And then I go on to say in maybe 3 podcasts, it's quite possible that Jesus never died, that he may have been married. And his Merovingian bloodline could still be on the planet till this very day. My wording is very specific and basic.
What you read did not make your
Let's
argument,
take a
though.
look at something here.
You didn't make your argument.
Let's take a look at something.
It said it right there in your in the text.
I know these guys are jumping up and down over there. Oh my goodness, we got
That
to debunk this.
post.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Resurrection.
Listen, man, I'm the king. I'm the GOAT. Okay, you guys are just riding on my coattail. You have no real knowledge. You guys know nothing.
Big
It's just
Billy.
a whole bunch of heretical, talk for looking for clout chasing.
You the man,
and a
Billy.
whole bunch of stuff you guys are doing there, just
You the man.
trying to make it look attractive, but it's really just a bunch of trash.
You're the
Has
man,
no
Billy.
real value for anybody. Nothing there you guys are doing is uplifting anybody. Nothing there you guys are doing is changing anyone's life. Nothing you people are doing over there is helping anyone.
But you're destroying
You guys
lives.
are spending
Young
tens of
Christians who
thousands of
listen to you
dollars
are going
on fake
astray.
bots and fake YouTube accounts and sending people hordes of people to attack and show their true Christian colors.
You're destroying Christian lives, and you're talking about what? Bruh, you're saying
Debate
Jesus
is
was not.
raging among academics and religious leaders over a recently discovered piece of ancient papyrus that makes a reference to Jesus Christ having a wife. Karen King, an expert in the history of Christianity, unveiled the 4th century artifact, which she says is the only existing ancient text quoting Jesus explicitly referring to having a wife, whom he identifies as Mary. King says the fragment of Coptic script is a copy of a gospel, probably written in Greek in the 2nd century.
Wild
But
Dog
what
is
is
here. What
interesting
up, Wild
about
Dog?
This fragment is that it's the first case we have of Christians claiming that Jesus had a wife.
Tradition has
He goes on to talk about, I can't play too much of it because obviously I don't want to get a copyright strike, but it goes on to talk about the fact that this gospel of Jesus' wife, this text, has
Oh, they're about to get their money from you, Billy. You pretty big. We're about to get paid.
Everything you can think of by dozens of academics from all over the world, and everyone's looking at this thing, and it's creating a big stir, and it's creating a big woo-ha in the whole Christian community because it could potentially upturn the apple cart and everything else. But there's also some talk about it. Maybe this thing is real. Maybe it's not real. Maybe it's fake.
Wild Dog, what up with you?
It's like something out of a Dan Brown thriller. A Harvard professor is contacted by an anonymous collector with a tantalizing artifact, a small scrap of papyrus covered with an ancient text, making the first known reference to the wife of Jesus. The notion that Jesus might have been married sparked controversy in the Christian world. And I'm joined now by the Harvard scholar at the center of it. Karen King is a professor of early Christian history at the Harvard Divinity School. And welcome.
Thank you.
So we're very intrigued about this collector. That's something that you have kept very secret. Would that lend more credibility to this if you could say where this originated?
Yeah.
If we knew actually more about the find itself, who found it in Egypt,
Mhm.
how, the history of it since the find, that would be of enormous use. When things are found by professional archaeologists, that gives us really great information. But I think that a lot of people who own these things and who trade in them are anonymous.
Uh-huh.
So for me, the issue about is knowing his identity, I don't think makes any difference. What really matters is the kind of scientific testing that's been done and that kind of work.
So this scrap is tiny.
Right.
It goes on to talk about how much scientific testing has been done. She really believes, and she's gone on dozens of interviews about this, that this thing was real. Now, maybe it's not real.
Maybe it's
Does that
not.
even matter? The fact that in my podcast or podcasts that I've been in, I actually blatantly say that it could be that Jesus was married. And he may have had a wife and even had children. Now, why would I still have that opinion after people, academics, come out and try to say that this thing isn't real. Well, let me
Scientific
talk about
test?
that for a minute. Let me
Nope.
pull back
Doesn't
up
pass the smell test.
my PowerPoint. Hold on a second.
Scientific test? No, sir. Let's go.
Is it possible Karen King was explicitly pressured into stating that the gospel of Jesus' wife was likely a forgery? It's possible to consider factors that may have influenced her acknowledgement of the fragment's questionable authenticity. Scholars, especially those in high-profile positions, can face significant academic, institutional, and public scrutiny, which might feel like pressure. And it could put pressure on them to some degree. So what they're saying is when people are doing these things, when people are, coming up with discoveries that could upturn the apple cart, it actually puts a lot of pressure on the Christian community because they have this mainstream ideology that they don't want to bend or break because it's been in place for eons.
No, they don't put no pressure on me.
Now, what kind of academic pressure can
I
they
got
put on you?
my story,
some actual recent,
my testimony,
recent, but fairly recent in my terms of understanding history and dates and times and geological time scales.
Only on people like you who depend on information.
Before.
You ain't got no proof.
And I'm not saying this thing is 100% real. What I'm telling you is I'm giving you a different perspective, which is what I always do.
And we don't care. We Christians don't care.
Academic pressure.
We have
the academic community largely dismissed the
fragment
after critical analysis revealed it was likely a modern forgery. Reputable scholars published detailed examinations and institutions emphasize rigorous standards, and this overwhelming consensus could have created a sense of academic obligation for King to align with the evidence.
Blah, blah, blah.
She was extremely gung-ho for a very long time and fought against saying it was fake.
Nobody cares.
That's an absolute fact. She fought against it initially.
Nobody cares.
After the story gained international attention, there was considerable media focus on King and her research. A lot of pressure. Sounds like defendant number one's text messages. The pressure he was under.
Oh, come on, bro.
Sounds familiar to you?
No, it doesn't.
He was being attacked. He told me he was under so much pressure he couldn't take it.
Christians don't care about what you think, bruh.
Investigators report such,
we have relationship with Jesus Christ. We ain't worried about what you're thinking.
The public scrutiny and media. After the story gained
real
international
Christians,
attention, there was considerable media focus on her research. And investigative reports such as Atlantic's expose further cast doubt on the papyrus. So an outside source came and said, no, we can't. They got pressure, and they came with the external pressure and said, no, we can't let this go out. This can't be known as accurate.
Son.
This public spotlight might have added external pressure to respond transparently. Institutional and professional expectations. Harvard Divinity School and other academic institutions would naturally be cautious about potential reputational damage, and it's conceivable that indirect pressure arose from the need to maintain the integrity of these institutions.
We understand how this works, bro.
Making up lies.
We're not stupid out here.
Yeah, they tell the truth in some things, but a lot of things they tell.
Yeah, Harvard wants to protect their academic integrity.
Organizations.
We get it, bro.
And everywhere else, especially when you're talking about anything doing with government and religion. Those two things are filled with the most lies.
Bro, but you're not proving nothing.
Oppression.
We already know this, though.
Personal integrity. King's acknowledgement that the evidence presses in the direction of forgery could also stem from her commitment to scholarly rigor rather than external coercion. So I'm also saying, hey, maybe she wasn't coerced, or maybe she was.
You ain't proving nothing, bro. You said you've debated before. People don't do this. You don't get a second chance to come back and try to.
Another thing that came up
to do this
was this. I wasn't talking. This is all the talking being done for me. So I caught this and I remember it because I haven't watched all these videos. I watched about 30 minutes of one of them and I realized how much editing was done, how heavily edited and dubbed that was. And I realized it was garbage. Let me show you what I mean by dubbed. This is a video of me. Let me see if this is it here. Let me find this. Where's this video at?
Bro, come on, man. You're not proving anything. You have not proved that one iota of anything.
안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 빌리 카슨입니다. 포비든 노랫개로도 알려져 있죠.
만약 여러분이 성장 가능성이 있는 회사에 투자하고 싶다면 저희를 꼭 살펴보셔야 해요. 기억하세요. 1라운드에서는 주가가 주당 1달러였어요. 왜냐하면 저희의 사전 평가액이 2천만 달러였거든요. 스타트업 치고 나쁘지 않죠. 우리는 정말 놀라운 성과를 냈고 몇 달 후에 저희의 사전 평가액이 3천만 달러로 올랐어요. I don't know how that got on the screen, but let me hide that. There you go.
I thought that was
Anyway.
my stuff.
So yeah, I was talking Korean.
Okay.
Did you see my mouth? Take a look one more time. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 빌리 카슨입니다. 포비든 노랫개로도 알려져 있죠.
So you know Korean, so what?
성장 가능성이 있는 회사에 투자하고
Well, this
싶다면
guy is
저희를
different, yo. Okay.
Very easy to do,
What? AI?
especially when you're editing. Anyway, so let me get back into this.
Serious
Another
right
thing
now?
that came up during the conversation was, and something that I didn't
Son
bring up,
can't be.
something that
He can't be serious, bro.
defendant number 2 wanted to get off his chest, was that everywhere that Christianity went,
Son
women
can't be
were,
serious.
you know, they were releasing segregation and they were rising up and they were gaining more prominence and everything else.
Yo, son can't be serious, bro.
I really didn't see that, but I'm gonna talk about that in a minute.
What?
Let's get back to evidence that people can be put under pressure, or that the church itself obfuscates or suppresses information or changes things or forces things to not be released. And let's look at some history evidence of that when we're talking about the gospel of Jesus' wife. Let's talk about what's happened prior to that. And then you make a decision for yourself whether you believe these people or not, because I don't believe them.
I thought you knew Christians.
The Council of Nicaea, 325 CE.
None of us is worried about you, bro. No true Christian. I went to church today.
Okay, so
my
here we go.
pastor
Emperor
said a
Constantine,
word about
Council of
you.
Nicaea sought to
We
establish
not worried about you.
Doctrinal unity in Christianity, leading to significant decisions about the official biblical canon. Action taken. Certain texts, such as the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and other apocryphal writings, were excluded from the Bible.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me people are relying on this one book for their eternity? They're locked in. They're trying to lock in eternity. They're trying to lock in everything so they can live forever in this magical heaven. And they don't have the whole story. The council favored texts that aligned with the proto-Orthodox views of the time, suppressing writings that presented alternative interpretations of Jesus' divinity or Christian theology. These decisions shaped the New Testament as we know it, but sidelined diverse early Christian perspectives.
Who are you trying to convince, though? Who are you convincing?
Trash like these people are doing with my video.
Who are you
that they
convincing?
didn't have the right to actually utilize. You see?
Just go to court, bruh.
The suppression of the Wycliffe Bible, 14th century. John Wycliffe, an English theologian, translated the Bible into Middle English to make it accessible to lay people. Why? Because ain't nobody going to read that Latin, and nobody wants to read that garbage British. They want to read this thing where they can understand what the heck it's talking about. The Catholic Church declared Wycliffe a heretic and banned his translation. The church maintained that only Latin was the appropriate language for scripture, ensuring control, sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Control over biblical interpretations. The church feared that access to the Bible by common people, the commoners, might undermine clerical authority and foster dissenting interpretations. More manipulation, more contrived garbage. Sound familiar to you?
Yes.
They have a history of doing this. This is how they live. They live off of this garbage. These are their teachers.
What does this have to do with
what
West?
history has taught them to do in that genre, to lie, steal, and cheat, and buy fake bots and attack people's accounts and threaten kids.
Talk about that part, bro.
Wycliffe's efforts eventually inspired the Protestant Reformation, but during his time, his followers faced persecution and copies of his Bible were destroyed. Anytime a light bulb rises up, they smash that bulb, don't they? They're not going to smash this bulb.
Somebody asked you, have you debated nobody? You said no.
I'm a self-made man.
I didn't debate anybody. And then you finally
the Vatican's
did.
handling of the Dead Sea Scrolls, 20th century. Y'all getting this in the live chat? Y'all getting this?
Are we getting this? Are you kidding?
Y'all getting this?
You're not proving nothing. This is what you've been doing. You sit by yourself. You put out information. Nobody challenges it. You think you're smart, and then when somebody comes on to challenge you,
and other Jewish texts from the Second Temple period. For decades, access to the scrolls was restricted to a select group of scholars, many affiliated with the Catholic Church, and this secrecy fueled allegations of
we got Wiki, we got Google, we got AI, ChatGPT.
Dissemination of information. Selective dissemination of information. Sounds like a hook in a song.
Say it again.
How to be an evil dark person.
Let's go. What's the song? How we bobbing? How we bobbing? Dissemination.
Critics suggest that the Vatican might have limited access to avoid challenging traditional interpretations of biblical texts or revealing discrepancies between ancient manuscripts and modern Bibles.
I'm sorry, guys.
After decades of pressure. Does that sound familiar?
If y'all new to my channel, I'm so sorry I wasted your time. Pressure, this is nothing
like
here.
The pressure defendant 1 was getting.
Bro, we got Google, we got ChatGPT, we have AI. This is useless.
Pressure, the scholars and public demand, the scrolls were fully released in the 1990s, revealing important information, stirring debates about historical biblical accuracy.
I thought someone was about to come on here.
Y'all getting this?
And talk about defend his position.
Y'all getting this?
We getting what?
We got 12,200 people in the live chat.
For nothing. And you're saying nothing.
12,200.
You're getting paid.
These instances illustrate how institutional control. Remember in the beginning of this video, I gave you the name of their institutions. They meaning defendant number 2's institutions that he's a part of.
No, you didn't. I've been here before you started, and you did not give no institutions
shape religious and cultural narrative
on everything,
often suppressing or altering content to align with dominant ideologies or maintain authority. See, they're mad at little old Billy Carson because Billy Carson has a voice, and Billy Carson ain't afraid.
Man, we got to start. Any Christians in this chat, let's start praying for this brother, because this is
one person at a time from their
not a
deadly, evil, not good, dark system.
I'm about to sign off of this. This is not good, bro. Like you are
their words were so powerful,
clout chasing right now.
Spend tens of thousands.
You realize that so many people.
They wouldn't have to spend time calling people to investigate me.
Well, you went viral.
They wouldn't have to spend time.
And now you're clout chasing, and you're talking about other people.
Where does he get his money? What does he do? Check out his companies. Let's check out this space agency.
Nah, bro.
We're going to beg our followers for money so we can raise legal fees so we can try to sue him for something. We got to figure something out.
Nah,
get some dirt on him. And we have money available that we've been stealing from our followers for bribes.
No, he's hurting.
Well, I got all the information.
We got to pray, man.
You think you have a big organization. What you don't know is you don't have as big an organization as you think. You got a lot of followers, which are just sheep.
Yeah, man.
But I have people everywhere on the planet.
I
touch a percentage of the planet every day. Me, one man. I touch a percentage of the planet. You guys haven't even come close to that. Enjoy your little 100,000, 200,000, 600,000, whatever views you got. Enjoy it.
I need those views. My channel is small. I
don't
need
live
that.
off of YouTube money.
Can y'all press the like button? Help me out, please. I need that.
Children with that money.
Can y'all subscribe, please? I need those views.
You guys got to pay your light bill, your phone bill, and everything else from that money. All your expenses, and then try to get your technology right, and then try to contrive any kind of way you can to take over somebody else's situation by getting on a coattail and clout chasing. It's the only way you can actually get any popularity, because nobody really knew who the hell you were, and that really the majority of people still don't know who the hell you are. And when they keep seeing you make Billy Carson videos every single day, which is starting to become very tiring, people are already laughing like these guys are a joke. They're making Billy Carson videos every day.
No,
you're literally blowing me up. You guys are literally blowing me up.
Yeah,
like literally.
That's how this works.
I've gained like, I don't know, 20 or 30,000 followers.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Platforms.
Literally, this is how this works.
Then you send them they're going to my offering pages and leaving negative comments on my offering, my registered offering.
That's how that works also.
We just delete them.
You get the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else in between.
They use all that dark energy. They thought they were doing something special. Coming on the live chat, typing in there. A lot of the live chat comments are just robots. We taking care of those.
You watching it?
You know, you have so much power and this power of Christ in you, but you haven't shown me anything Christ-like. I haven't seen any Christ consciousness. I haven't seen any Christ power.
Terrence Brown, thank you for subbing, man. I appreciate it.
Nothing.
Yeah, man, this brother needs help, man. He needs prayer. He needs us to pray like the true Christians, the ones that.
I got a lot more to go. Take my time tonight.
Nah, man.
How y'all doing in that live chat?
He's milking us, guys.
Bots, y'all don't know we got 5 people cleaning the bots out. Every time a bot posts, we got them cleaning them right away. So you don't see most of the bots in that live chat. We got 5 admins in there cleaning.
He's
5 great human beings filled with the light.
He's milking us now.
Real Christ consciousness.
Yep.
Like I have behind me. That's Christ consciousness behind me, the face of God.
He's milking us, guys.
Not a man in a white robe. Caesar Borgia, a brutal killing murderer.
All right, man.
Is the image that people are walking around with, this Jesus image all these years.
Yeah.
He's guy who was the son of a
is milking us now.
Pope that killed his own brother. Craziness. I believe in God. And I've said that 100 billion times. I believe in God. I believe there's a God.
Okay.
I don't doubt that one bit because the quantum physics and the mathematics proves that God actually exists. Okay. I'm not an idiot.
All right. So
the evidence is all around us. The evidence is even encased encoded into my own hand. The distance between the digits in my finger, the distance between the last digit of the pinky to the bottom of the top of the wrist. That's all mathematics. It's all encoded. Pi, phi, it's all encoded. It's a fingerprint. The fingerprint of God is everywhere.
Okay.
It's everywhere. Not one time, there's dozens of videos. Not one time you have me hear me saying that I'm an atheist. I tell people I am God and God is me. They were all God. Everyone has the power of Christ inside of them. It's about Christ consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the mission that he was on? Do you understand the peace that he wanted to bring to people spiritually? To have them seek the light and become the light and operate within the light?
Yeah, I already talked about Simon the Sorcerer.
How come I can see that and understand that, but you guys can't? And you're wrapped up in the actual religion itself. You're operating in.
All right, so I'm going to lower the audio, and I just want to say this real quick.
Extremely evil, conniving, manipulating.
So he said some things in the beginning, guys. I'm sorry that I have to step on his audio because right now he's just kind of rambling. I'm sorry that for those of you who are interested in watching and listening to him, right now he's just kind of rambling. But this is what he said in the beginning. He said that people are trying to attack his family. I don't accept that. He said that people are attacking his business. I don't accept that. As a Christian, as a real Christian man, not everybody that's responding to him is a Christian, and he's trying to bring it all together.
It tells me that you don't believe in God and you don't believe in the power of Jesus either.
So some of the things he's said, he's actually correct. Real Christians would not operate the way that some of those people are operating, but he can't really prove that those are all Christians that are attacking him. He had a debate with Wes. Wes is a real Christian who professed that he's a real Christian, but because Wes made the video and people are responding, now he's calling everybody that's on YouTube that's responding to the video Christians, and people who are attacking him may not be Christians. So there's no way that I can be a real Christian and accept somebody attacking his 12-year-old, somebody attacking his business. The one thing that we're not going to stand for as Christians, we're not going to allow this man to continue to blaspheme the name of Christ, to continue to blaspheme, go on podcasts and make money off of blasphemous information that he's putting out there. And we're just going to be sitting back because you got some photo behind your back and you got fingerprints and people are dark energy and vibrations and all of that stuff. We're not going to sit by and allow you to continue to blaspheme our Christ's name. But that doesn't mean that we're going to start attacking you personally. because that's not how Christ would want us to behave. He's not. He didn't really address Wes. He's calling everybody a defendant. He's going on these long tangents. This brother is hurt, man. And the only way to win this kind of to win this brother is to pray, not to attack him and all that. That's not a Christian thing to do. I never want my channel to become one of these channels that when somebody is hurt and is in need to point to you and become theater. I don't want to become entertainment, Christian entertainment for people. Hey, look at this person. Look, they're sinning. Look at TD Jakes. Oh my gosh, he went to Diddy parties. Look at Kirk Franklin. He's grinding on a lady at a Christian concert. Oh my gosh, he's a sinner. We're all sinners. We all we all falling short of the glory of God, and we cannot become what we're talking about. So I cannot condone somebody actually attacking this man personally, going after his family and stuff like that. I can't condone that. But what we're not going to stand for is him continuing to blaspheme. As long as you're going on platforms and as long as he's going on places and continue to lead people, young Christians and then old Christians who were lukewarm Christians that are trying to hold on to a little bit of concept of God, but they've been led astray by smart sorcerers, people like Simon the sorcerer, people who have all this information confusing people out here. We cannot allow that to happen. So I don't apologize for none of that. I don't apologize for Wes destroying you in a debate. I can't apologize for that because you need to be shut down when it comes to that. But as far as you suffering personal pain and stuff like that, nah, man. That's not the spirit of Christ, and we cannot condone that. And if you're new to my channel, guys, I'm trying to create an environment where people can come and have talks. On Thursday, I'm going to be having a conversation about real men. It's a really good show. I'm looking forward to talking to my guy, Jared York, Jay Blaze Music. I'm going to be inviting people who have great minds who can come on here. We can have great debates. But this guy started off by saying, hey, I didn't know I was stepping into a debate. My guy, I'm in a studio. Like, I got 2 studios. I got cameras, I got lights. The second you sit down in front of those cameras, like I worked in Hollywood, so I know. Like, we will put up posts if we're filming I'm in New York. So if we're filming in New York, we might put up a post on the trees and we say, if you step into this area where we are, if you step here, you are now consenting to us filming you. So we don't need to be walking around with a bunch of, releases, right? Consent and releases. So if you knowingly walked into somebody's house, if you went to somebody's house and you know that he has lights, he has cameras, he's a podcaster, he's a YouTuber, you sat down to be recorded, that is your consent. And he's your boy. So y'all had a handshake is a consent. All right, man, I'll do it. I got you. You can't then, do poorly or perform poorly and then say, oh, I didn't give you consent. Yes, you have the right to say don't use that. But once it's already done and you know what I'm saying? So that's just how that works. The lawyers are actually going to try to, go through that and try to see what really happened and how he's going to be able to get paid or get some type of retribution or whatever. But you can't play ignorant when you see all the lights. You literally walked into the studio and you're going to say, oh, I did not know that we were about to videotape and this was about to happen. Come on, like, bro, this is hard to listen to, man. I'm about to sign off for this. This is not. Let's listen to a few more. And if he says anything smart, then maybe. But if not, I can't. This is not.
A sadistic narcissist takes pleasure in the pain of others.
What?
They may derive satisfaction from causing mental or physical pain to others without remorse. And we see that time and time again.
Nah, man, I'm done. I can't, man.
Well, he actually thrives on it. slay the women.
He got it on his page.
Bring the
forbidden knowledge or something like that.
These spoils of war. That's in Deuteronomy. Aggression.
He got it on his page. For those of you who want to go over there and finish this stuff with him. At this point, he's clout chasing. At this point, because if you're going to go to court and you're going to sue everybody that you say you're going to sue, some of the stuff that you're saying, some of the stuff that you're presenting, it should be presented in court, not necessarily here on YouTube. So now you're calling everybody a clout chaser, but we all know how this works. All right, there's no hiding anything. We all know how this works. All right, somebody that the public, that people have eyes on, somebody that a lot of attention is on. Like I have a channel, TLP Sports Club, on my other sports channel where I cover Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffs. When Coach Prime left Jackson State and went over to Colorado, there was a lot of heat on him. There's a lot of attention on eyeballs was on him. So anybody that started a Colorado channel, a Colorado Buffaloes channel, we were all clout chasing. We were all looking for information. So you're gonna be able to monetize because people are looking for information from that person. That's how everybody works. When you are small, you're coming up. Whether you're a musician like Kendrick and Drake, you're looking for, if you were, if Drake was on top, you pause, right? If Drake was hot, let's just use that. If Drake was hot, then what you're going to do? And you're still trying to come up, you're going to try to ride his coattail for a little bit until you can come up. Everybody does that, bro. When he was not hot and he was trying to get his information out there, when he was trying to get on different podcasts, he had to do something to get there. So now he's out here talking about, oh, y'all are clout chasing. But look, I don't know how many hours he's going to be doing this for, but he's just rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling and not really addressing the fake debate. He didn't say anything, has not said anything about this debate. I don't even know if he's doing that right now.
To a psychiatrist, they connected him to a SPECT scan.
A SPECT scan.
Dr. Daniel Amen's office.
What does that have to do with this?
The #1 scanner of brains in the world. We would instantaneously see a trauma pattern on the brain.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, all he's doing right now is clout chasing. This is the epitome of a clout chaser. He's using the fact that Wes Huff, where I call him Wesley Snipes now because he's a sniper. Wesley sniped this dude. All right. He said, nah, you just got to go to the Codex Sinaiticus and just read it. It's right there in Matthews. He was like, okay. And I told my wife, I said, babe, he looks like he's sedated. And then when he comes out, he said he was sick. I was like, oh, okay. Because he wasn't himself. So I realized that something was off about him. So I'm glad that he cleared that up. But at this point, he didn't really he's not addressing that. So he's clout chasing. He's using us to make money. This live is monetized. The live that he's having is monetized. So as long as we continue to watch, he's making money off of the fact that we are doing this. So he can drag this on for another 3 hours, and Son can make over $1 million. Excuse me, he can make over $1 million off of this one thing, and not even sue anybody. You won't hear from him again about anything. So that's all he's doing right now. He's just giving us a bunch of random facts, a bunch of random stuff that he ain't talking about nothing right now. Every time I click the mute button,
I might not make it into heaven. Now, the fact that this man was willing to do this shows me how ignorant he was.
He ain't talking about nothing.
How self-preserving he was for his own self.
How self-preserving that he was for his own self. What we talking about, bro? What we talking about, man? Allegedly. Everything that I'm talking about right now is alleged. He's allegedly talking about the debate. He's allegedly talking about something that happened. Allegedly. Because he ain't about to come sue me. I ain't got nothing. My channel is small. I ain't got nothing. So allegedly, he allegedly said and did some stuff. But nah, man. Hey, man, if y'all are real Christians out there and y'all not trolls who just like harp on information, pray for this brother, man. Like, that's what I do, man. I pray for people. I don't jump up and make every video when I see somebody's struggling or in pain and stuff like that. I don't try to harp on everybody's pain to try to make money. I want to do it the right way. Sometimes you got to, because controversy is what really sells. Like, I don't care if you're in this YouTube world, controversy and what people want to see and what people want to hear is what really makes these videos hot. So if you just want to be righteous, then go pastor in the church. If you're not trying to get your hands dirty, go do something else. But controversy is what makes people clicks on these videos. And all of the righteous people that say, "Oh, you don't do anything, just pray for them," you will not survive in the YouTube universe if you don't touch on anything that's controversial. Because, like, don't let nobody fool you. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fool you. Because at the end of the day, people be lying to you talking about, "Oh, yo, you know, I can't do none of that stuff." Like, then that means you don't want views. If you had a TV network and you didn't put on something that people wanted to see, you would not have no views. You would not have no ratings. So sometimes us as creators, depending on what our channel stands for, because some people say their channels are ministries and then they keep exposing people's sins, but they're not aligning like the Bible says. They're not aligning themselves to kind of to either pray for or help that brother to come up if the brother needed help. You'll see rappers who may have slept with somebody like back in the day, The Truth, or somebody like they had, The Truth and somebody when they had their situation with another singer. All of these things, when they start happening, like we jump and we go make videos just to point it out. But what about us? What happens if we sin? What happens if we get big enough and somebody calls out our sins? So that's why I'm very careful, and I want to build my platform a little differently from a lot of different people who call themselves and what they're doing ministry, because if you don't adhere to Christ, then you're doing it the wrong way. And I want Jesus Christ to, at the end of the day, I want him to be happy with what I'm doing. So I'm not trashing the brother. I just need him to stop leading Christians astray. You got to stop that, bro. I'm going to pray for you, but you're not a Christian. So I don't really have I don't really have anything for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a human being, maybe I'm not going to try to trash you or whatnot, but you and I don't have nothing. If it was another Christian, then maybe, but because you're just a dude out there trying to defame the name of Christ and disprove that Christ was real and all of that, we coming for you. So it's war. So that is just war. Because you're not like us. You're not a Christian, so I ain't got nothing for you. I can't hold you up. All I can do is just pray that God will save you. Once you get saved and we all here and you start to do crazy stuff, then I can be like, all right, cool, I got to hold him up. But if you're not a Christian, we come for you, we slay you first, and then we pray for you. We got to slay all of y'all. Y'all can keep trying this. All of y'all can, with your knowledge and all of that, y'all go ahead, make your billions of dollars. But we're not worried about y'all. I hope people understand that. Ain't no real Christian really worried about the Neil deGrasse's, the Elon Musk say, when people ask them and put microphones before them and they ask them, is Christ real? Like the Oprahs will go there, they'll be asking them, is Christ real? Who the heck cares about non-Christians' opinions about Christians? None of us care about none of y'all. I don't care who you are. You can be a billionaire, a trillionaire. I don't care what you got to say. When I almost drowned in that river in Liberia, West Africa, it was not you that saved me. It was Jesus Christ that pushed me out of that river. When I almost failed at UNC Greensboro, it was not y'all I was calling on. It was Jesus Christ to help me out. So I don't care about none of y'all and y'all opinion. So y'all keep with your little whatever y'all think y'all doing out there, and y'all got money so people listen to y'all. The entire world got your ears, and y'all making your millions of dollars. Y'all got 5 ACs in your house. You got an elevator, and you got movie theaters. You know what I'm saying? You got a laptop with PowerPoint on there. Y'all can flex, do all the flexing y'all want to do. Live your life. But leave us Christians alone, my guys. Leave Christians alone. Because the more kids that you lead astray, the more people you're going to lead astray, because not everybody's on the same page. All right? You got young people that are still out here trying to figure things out. And when they listen to smart guys like you, and you out there defaming the name of Christ, then we're coming for your neck, son. That's just how it is. We're coming for you. And West came and sniped it. That's what West did. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give a defense for for what we believe. And thank God that he was astute enough to provide an answer for what you've been saying for years. You try to make it seem like you were just doing it I just did it on a couple of podcasts. You ain't just do that, bro. You was out there. You was going on everything talking about the resurrection. And now you got slayed. Now all of a sudden you're rambling all over the place. We're not doing that. We're not letting you do that. We're coming for every one of y'all that speak on the name of Jesus Christ. The ones that know how to do this apologist ministry. If you know how to decipher the word of Christ, I pray for all of y'all. Let me get this guy on my screen, man. This dude's done. He's done. I'm out of. He's done. He's done. I pray for all the apologists. For y'all that got the knowledge that God has blessed with the knowledge. God bless him with the knowledge. And all he had to do was just dedicate it back to Christ, and Christ would have used him. Christ can still use him. Christ wants to use him and fill the void that he has inside of him. But instead of doing that, he goes out on his own, try to use that knowledge to make his money, and now what happens? All somebody had to do was just challenge him one time, and now he's at the position that he's at. That ain't right, man. So all of the apologists, if you're out there and you're listening to me at the sound of my voice, if you're out there, God bless you. Don't get cocky. Humble yourself. Stay close to Christ. Stay connected with the source. The second that you disconnect from the source, then the bloodline is no longer there. I'm going to repeat that. The second you get disconnected from Christ, the bloodline is no longer feeding you the information that you need. And you will be out there forever swimming by yourself, eating. You're not eating good food. You'll be now disconnected, and bad blood will start to form. You'll start having blood clots because you're not connected to the blood of Christ anymore. So if people start praising you, people start giving you praise, you better shut that down quickly. The second people start praising you, and you start inside of you, the second you start liking that and you start eating that for food, when people start saying how great and knowledgeable you are, like Simon the sorcerer in Acts chapter 8, when you start eating that information, when people start saying, oh my God, you're so smart. Oh my gosh, Harry Billion, you're so great. You sound so astute. You sound so great. And then you start taking different events here from this church and that church. You start going to do your apology work. Right? For those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, when you are an apologist, you are somebody that defends the Bible. You are an apologist. You defend the Bible. You give an account for the things that are in the Bible. So you got to study. You got to read the Quran. You got to read different books. You got to be just like my guy, Billy Carson. You got to read. You got to be so smart because you're quick with it, just like he is. People will start inviting you places. Humble yourself, humble yourself, humble yourself. Never disconnect. Never take your own product. Never start taking people telling you, oh, how smart you are. The second you do that, it's over. Don't do that for 1 second. If you go to a place and somebody says, you were so great, praise the Lord. To God be the glory. Walk away. Do not engage. Walk away. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging the God that is operating inside of me, but I do not take praise from men. You got to say that. If they continue to try to put praises on you, thank you. I was at a concert in Greensboro, North Carolina one time, and Kirk Franklin was there. I used to work at the Greensboro Coliseum when I was at UNC Greensboro. And at one time, Kirk Franklin was having a concert, and one guy, like, he came up, tried to give Kirk Franklin a hug, and then he went for the kiss. He went in for the kiss, tried to kiss Kirk Franklin. And Kirk Franklin was like, "Bruh, what you doing?" I was like, "Wait a minute, what in the world?" Yo, people out there, they got different levels of Christians. They don't understand. If you are an apologist, if you are somebody that's in the defense, the defending of our faith, and you have a YouTube channel and you do this stuff, what I'm doing right now, you have response videos and stuff like that. Be very careful how you do your videos, and be very careful how you present the information, and be very careful how you talk about the people that you're talking about. Because the second that you start sounding and you start being like other people, the second that you start acting like you're better than them, the second that you start to be self-righteous, then you're no longer connected with Christ, because you should be connected to Christ, and Christ should be guiding you, telling you how you should move, how you should react to people. So while Christ may want to use you to save Billy Carson, you're disparaging him. While Christ may want to use you to save somebody else, you're disparaging that person. You got to be very careful. Never take praise from men. Never take praise from men, because the second you start taking praise from men, that is your reward. Now you're saying that is my reward. And then Christ will leave you. Christ's spirit will leave you, and you will be hanging out by yourself. And guess what? That when Christ leaves you, it's not like cold turkey, right? It ain't going to be like cold turkey. You will still think that you have the Holy Spirit with you. Y'all remember Solomon in the Bible? When Christ's spirit leaves you, you will feel like you're still in charge. You will feel like he's still there. And all you would be doing is just regurgitating old information, because he will not feed you no new information. So be very careful when you're out here and Christ has given you a platform, how you use that platform without and not give it back to him, but continue to bolster yourself and thinking that it is you that's doing it. So if you just got here, guys, I apologize that I had to end this Billy thing, because he's rambling. He's trying to use us to make money, and I'm not. I'm done. It's way past my bedtime. I got a 4 o'clock wake up time because of the type of job that I do. And there's no way that I'm going to be staying up just to listen to him ramble and try to make money off of me. Because I guarantee you, as soon as he ends that live that he's doing, he's going to be counting the checks that YouTube is going to pay him. So he's talking about people clout chasing, and that's exactly what he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's going to drag that on as long as he can. I guarantee you, because I know how YouTube works. I got one channel that I'm getting money from. That's my sports channel. So I know the longer you talk, the more people, it's all about retention and the CPM. So if you can get people to watch and listen a lot longer, your CPM is like $4 or $5. Sometimes people get $24, $25, $30. If you get 1,000 people to watch for 10 minutes, do the math. 10 times 10, 100,000 times, you know what I'm saying? So that's what he's doing right now, and I can't be a part of that. I'm gonna pray out, man. I'm praying out so I can get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. If you just found my channel, thank you so much for being a part of this. I've really been praying that God will give me a platform on this channel for me to just be able to share information, share my thoughts and it's the billionaire's mindset. I go by Harry Billion, and I have Christ in my soul, in my life, and this is how I think. And we are heirs of the kingdom of Christ. So to be a billionaire, we are all heirs. All right. You got to be a Christian first. So if you're not a Christian, please accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Just say, Jesus Christ, I accept you into my life as my Lord and Savior. And that's it. I can't even quote you the daggone scripture that it is. I'm sure it's somewhere in Matthew's, right? But it's simple as saying, Jesus Christ, please come into my life. I want you to be my Savior. That's it. And you save. That's it. All right, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor, but I know we're supposed to do that. You feel me? So just accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. You saved. And let's pray out. We're gonna pray for Billy. This is what I do. If you go to my sports channel, TLP Sports Club, all right, I'm gonna show you the logo. I'm gonna show you the logo. I'm not joking. This one right here. That's TLP Sports Club. If you remember that. Okay. I speak the same way. I got a community over there that I got Wild Dog that was in here earlier. If y'all seen Wild Dog in here, one of my closest members, he was one of my closest friends on TLP Sports Club. Love Wild Dog. You know, man of Christ, man of God. I'm trying to build this one up and have conversations here. The conversations I try to go over there, I try to have. It's so crazy when I'm talking sports over there, and then God will put something in my heart, and then I end up talking Christian stuff over there. I've been trying to bring it over here. Like all of that I've been trying to do over there, I'm trying to bring it over here so I can just keep sports over there. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I don't lie. I won't mislead you. I'm straight up, and I hope that you will have me. Anytime I touch any topic, it's going to be dealt with Christ, with the spirit and the love of God. I'm not trying to do Christian entertainment. This is not a ministry. There is an entertainment value because I am a filmmaker. So there has to be entertainment to try to keep your attention. But you will get the truth from me. You will learn something and you will grow from me. I promise you. So if you will have me, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification. So next time I go live on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be talking about real men because I always hear the late Kevin Samuels. I always hear the Fresh and Fit guys. I hear the Andrew Tates. I hear all these guys talk about men and how men are supposed to be. And I'm listening. I'm like, no. That's not how it works. So I asked my boy Jared York, I said, hey, Jay Blaze be blazing it. That's what's up. Jay Blaze Music, yo, let's talk about real men from a Christian perspective. Let's give these people some real information because there's a lot of wives and a lot of kids in homes that listen to these guys, and husbands and wives are having quarrels. Husbands and wives are having fights. Countries have stopped some of these people from going to their countries before they mess up the people's thinking, the men's thinking. So I said, let's provide some information. So Thursday night, guys, put it on your calendar. When you see me go live, be like, Harry B's live. Billions live. Let's go. Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in New York, so it's New York City time. I'll be talking to my guy. Are there any real men out there? Is this generation, is this society creating more boys than men? When dudes are calling themselves real ninjas, real men, are they really men? Or are they just guys with a lot of money, with fast cars, downtrodden women, and calling themselves real men? Because you got money, you got a big house, you got a big car, you got a big it doesn't make you a real man. It just makes you a guy with a big house, a big car. That's all it is. That's all it is. We're going to talk more about that on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, with my guy, Jerry York. So if you will have me, I welcome you to Billionaire's Mindset. We're all heirs to the kingdom of Christ. Have a good night, guys. God bless you. Wild Dog, what up, man? These people have their roles. Even Lucifer arrived late when the father called in called in job. Wild Dog, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining me here, Wild Dog. God bless you. Argo Monk, God bless you. Seven Samaria, God bless you. Snakes and Doggies, what up with you? God bless you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. For everybody that just found me, man, I appreciate y'all. All right. Shalom, brother. Oh, you speaking that language? Shalom. I think that says goodbye. Terrence Brown, what up with you? Hope all is well. Hey, Wild Dog, man, I will see you. Hey, Wild Dog, we're gonna go live tomorrow night. Monday, not night. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'm bringing back the Monday football. So we're gonna go live tomorrow. We gotta talk some some Buffs. There's been a lot of stuff going on with the Buffs and then college football. So Wild Dog will be. I'll see you at TLP Sports Club tomorrow. For the rest of y'all, I think I'm going to be doing once a week until we blow up. Until this channel becomes a place where people can come and have real discussions about everything from a Christ perspective. A real Christian. When I say real, like Lord, my Lord Jesus Christ, like God, if I upset you, I forget who makes this song. God, if I upset you, if I disappoint you, it would make me sick to my stomach. That's not the song, but something close. I'm Nilo's deal steel. Well, I know what you're talking about. You know I don't know how to read that stuff. Don't try to expose me. All right, man. I'll talk to y'all, man. Y'all have a great night. It's past my bedtime. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to be yawning a lot, but it was worth it, man. This guy's still talking. Like, he's on my screen. He's still talking. Hey, man, he's milking everybody, man. That's we done with that, man. Good night, guys. And we're going to, let's pray out. I said I was going to pray out. Let me not sin. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray for every Christian that came into this house tonight, that came onto this channel, that found me. It was not by mistake. The algorithm did what it did, but Father God, you did what you always do. You bless your people. This is one of my prayers, is for people to find me on this channel, for me to do it organically, not to pay for views, but to find people that will agree, and we can all stand and be real and be vulnerable. I'm such a vulnerable person. That's one of my blessings, to be vulnerable in front of you. I know nothing. It's not that I'm putting myself down just so you can have pity on me, but I'm a real person. And I don't pretend to know stuff I don't know. If I don't know how to say a word, I will say it. If I don't know how to do something, I will say it. Vulnerability makes me who I am. And I think that's a trait that Christ have blessed me with. So, Father God, I pray for every Christian that came here tonight. I want to pray for their minds, their eye gate, their ear gate, that any misinformation that they heard tonight will not deter them from believing in you, from living for you. So, Father God, I just pray that your grace will cover each and every Christian that is being affected by Billy Carson, each and every person that he snatched from the Christian realms. I pray that they be restored. But Father, I now want to also turn my attention to Billy Carson, because he's not saved. I pray, Father, for his family. I pray genuinely for his family. I pray that the people that are attacking his family, trying to get their address and do all harm to them, that stuff is not us. We know that it's not us, but I pray that you will bring him home. I pray that you will draw him to you. Oh, man, he's gifted, Lord. You already know that, Lord. You know that you gifted him. And one day he's going to realize his mistakes and come home. I will celebrate with him. He'll probably come to billionaire's mindset to celebrate, to say, Harry B., for a long time, I thought I could do it on my own. I tried to fill the void with likes, with clicks, with views, with the applause of people, with as many podcasts and television shows as I can go on. And that void was never filled. And it was not until I accepted Jesus Christ into my life that void was finally filled, and I could just relax. The money didn't do it. The five different air conditioning in the different house, in the different rooms, the theater in the house, the private jets, the elevator in my home did not fill the void, but Jesus Christ filled the void. I can't wait for that day to happen for my statesman. He's from New York. I'm in New York. Billy Carson. Bless him, Lord. And I pray that one day we will celebrate his salvation. Thank you, Lord. Have a great night, guys. Thank you for watching. And I hope you subscribe if you haven't. Press the like button because I need it. That's the only way that I grow and that I continue to do what I'm doing. Good night. God bless you. Peace out. He said, don't hold your breath. You got to. If you're a believer, you'll understand. Every believer that is here understands that prayer. Every believer knows. It's not about me holding my breath. All we do is sow the seed, say the prayer, and we move on. I don't have to hold my breath. Jesus Christ is strong. And no matter how many people that try to disprove that he's not real, boy, he's the one book, the one book that everybody wants to disprove. If you try that book, and I mean, when I say try, if you genuinely try Jesus Christ, bruh, it's like if I have money, I'll put everything I got on it. If I had $1 million, I say, look, if you genuinely, and we got to test that you really genuinely did it, right? If you genuinely try Christ and you don't change, I'll give you everything I got. Boy, like I'm telling you how Christ is, he bought that life. He wicked with it. Can't say wicked with Christ, right? But he just nice like that. Woo! All right, guys. Christ is about that life. Like he really about that. Anyways, good night, guys. God bless y'all. Thank you for finding me. And I hope that we found each other. Peace out. I'm out.